The Sports Hub.
Beasley Media Group station celebrating 65 years of broadcasting.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Celtics had their three-game winning streak snapped in Atlanta last night, care of a 112-102 loss to the Hawks. Jaylen Brown had 29 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists in this one on a night that Jason Tatum didn't play. But his Green were down as many as 21 points in the fourth quarter in front of Joe Mazzulla.
We only had 5 turnovers in the second half. We had 10 in the first half. Tail of 2 halves there. But, yeah, just not sharp in our execution. Obviously Atlanta does that too. They test your physicality. And so just we weren't quite as sharp as our execution as we usually are.
They'll visit to Miami tomorrow evening. Jason Tatum also yesterday voted the Eastern Conference's Player of the Week. At the NFL owners' meetings, Patriots owner Robert Kraft told the media he prefers an 18-game schedule with 2 preseason games and 2 bye weeks. Also, it was reportedly announced last night to the owners that Seattle would be the subject of HBO's Hard Knocks this summer, and then for the first time ever, the Patriots would be the subject in the summer of 2027. Philadelphia head coach Nick Sirianni confirmed yesterday the Patriots and Eagles will hold a joint practice this summer. Bruins play Dallas at TD Garden tonight. Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers have the pregame at 6:30 and the face-off at 7 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Pavel Zacha yesterday voted the NHL's second star of the week, and the Red Sox are now 1-3 after getting blown out in Houston last night, 8-1. Rangers Suarez tagged for 4 runs and 7 hits in 4 1/3 innings of work. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Boston Prolotherapy. Don't let joint pain keep you off the court, course, or trail. Eliminate that pain with Dr. Franke of Boston Prolotherapy. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
Diving effort.
And he's got a breakaway.
To the backhand.
Throws it in front. Coming to the spot.
The Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
You might hate me, but you're listening.
and Hardy
Don't bother me. I'm at the Pickle Palace.
on 98.5.
I know what I'm capable of.
He said something about peanut butter, right?
Yeah. Boning, baby. Make America nut again.
That's gross. That's disgusting.
Let's talk about cheese.
What are you going to have for lunch?
I was at dinner with my wife and a friend.
Kitty, kitty, pussy, kitty, kitty, kitty. Flap, flap, flap.
Shut up, I'm trying to talk to Paul.
Toucher and Hardy
Good luck trying to put your finger in it when there's a million holes.
on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Let's go.
He's been in the NFL for 100 years. You look good right now, Lombo.
They have fun. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thanks, Pat McAfee and his friends. We are Toucher and Hardy, Town Fair Tires Studios, 617-779-0985. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. A very exciting show on the way today with guests and games and fun and Tuppet songs and everything else.
Sounds like you got a little allergy there in your snot locker there, Freddie T.
Well, yesterday I thought I was sick and I had gout, but then I took the colchicine for the gout and that went away. And then I started realizing when it started with Zolak, I said, "Are you sick?" And he said, "No, I have allergies." And then I started thinking, allergies. So by the evening time, I felt better because I had gotten the gout under control, and then I realized it was allergies and not the flu. So I'll tell you, it is a tough life with these allergies. I didn't have them as a kid.
Freddie T, all out of sorts yesterday, Hardy. All out of sorts.
I did get Claritin.
Good.
All out of
very small pills,
Yeah.
but I got them.
Yeah. Take it year round. That's what I do. I take a low dose every day year round.
Well, I don't need it year round because I only get it in March. But the thing is or April. But the problem is that I never, when I was a kid, I didn't have any allergies. And then just like every year for the last 20 years, they get bad for a little stretch of time, which is odd and then I don't remember that I get them. Like I didn't remember that, I get allergies. But the problem is with my throat, because any kind of over stress And if it's like blocked up and I gotta like force my voice out, then I gotta worry about it. Then I gotta go to Dr. Zeitels again.
Yeah, but I see. I never know if it's like allergies or not because it's not just being stuffed up. You feel a little sick too, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But it would make Adam seems like a real wuss. He's got a bunch of allergies and things wrong with him. Do you feel sick other than stuffed up?
No, again, I take that low dose of loratadine year round, so I just get a touch of the allergies every spring. And now
all
it
right,
doesn't
when
bother
you
me as
did
much.
get allergies,
Yes.
did you feel sick other than stuffed up?
No, all in the throat, just scratchy up in the
But
nose.
did you
and the
feel
nasal
like
cavity.
did you feel fatigued and tired
Yes.
and okay.
Couldn't breathe. You can't breathe. It sucks.
Yeah, yes, but did you feel that sickness, like fatigue and things like
A little
that?
bit of that too. Yeah.
All right. Well, so that's not so much help.
It's not helping.
Hardy,
Because
did you get bad allergies when you lived in New Mexico?
I don't remember.
That's the desert, right?
Yeah, but
you
there's
wouldn't get
different
any.
stuff
See,
grows out. That was when I had it the worst, was in the springtime in New Mexico. Whatever was growing out there really knocked me on my ass, and then actually made it better when I moved back here, because I had it really bad when I was a kid, when I lived growing up out here, and then when I moved back, it was better. Something out there was alien to me.
Well, I remember they had kids with asthma move out to Arizona when I was a kid.
Yeah, that was the thing. You would go to those desert climates if you had respiratory issues.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know what happened to you.
I remember being
Low desert versus high desert, I guess. I don't know.
I remember my time in the Southwest. There were many days when I would be stuffed up.
Ooh, yeah. Hell yeah.
I'd wake up a
Yeah.
little stuffy, a little congested. And then, as my buddy Swami Rob used to say, it's like, oh yeah, you get up after a couple of day run, and then you just blow a couple of $20 bills into a Kleenex, and yeah, you just see all that money coming back. It's like regurgitating beer when you throw it up. Like, oh, there's all that money wasted. Yeah, except this, you blow it into a Kleenex.
I've been listening to all these.
Maybe I was allergic to cocaine. Maybe that was the problem.
I was listening to all these. I've been listening to all these rock biographies, and the big thing is either the septum falling out completely, which is what happened to the guy from Status Quo. He was in the shower, and he used to rinse out his nose in the shower, and one time his septum just fell out.
Oh, nice.
And he tried to put it back in, and then Duff McKagan, he kept getting sinus infections over and over again because he had done so much damage to his nose from snorting cocaine.
Yeah.
There is someone in my extended family whose nose looks like Artie Lang's now because the septum fell apart. Completely fell out. So you must have not done enough to really do some big time damage.
No, I didn't have enough money to do that much. But it's funny now that you mention it, and so we were in Vegas for those 3 days, and both Marcy and I got a little stuffy while we were out there. Now, I don't know if it's like the constant air conditioning or it's the smoke in the casinos. It is wild to smell prevalent cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
Anywhere anymore.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's just you don't come across it. Much more likely to smell weed than you are to smell someone, freshly burning a cigarette. But so maybe it's all that other stuff out there that bothered me. But we both experienced a little bit of the congestion when we were gone.
I have not been in a building with a cigarette. I can't remember when. I see people smoking outside.
It's so prevalent that there was one hotel attached to where we were staying at Aria, the Park MGM, and it is a smoke-free casino. There's nothing going on anywhere there, and it's kind of jolting when you walk through that place and you don't smell cigarettes. It doesn't smell like you're in a casino. It just smells like you're in a mall or something like that. Like, what the hell is this place?
Okay,
this
so
doesn't feel right.
Did the smell make you want to smoke or make you not want to smoke?
No, I have no desire to smoke a cigarette.
I don't believe you.
No. And now, if I have a constant need for nicotine.
No, I understand. But
always. But
even I miss smoking a little bit.
Nope.
And you like smoking more than me.
Yep. It never occurred to me.
Huh?
What was the last time I smoked a cigarette? Probably I tried one like on the golf course in the last couple of years because I got one buddy who still smokes just when he's playing golf.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, give me one of those things, and it was awful, awful.
I don't think I'd enjoy it.
No,
but there are been times at night where I've been, because that was my favorite. At the end of my smoking days, my favorite time to smoke was when I couldn't sleep, because I would go outside and it would give me something to do. In fact, the front of my place was just littered in butts. My neighbors must have thought I was quite a class act.
Yeah.
But it was like just littered in butts. And that's the only, because if I couldn't sleep, it was something to do and it felt like comforting. Like that smoking outside.
The last cigarette before bed, I wouldn't get up and go outside and smoke, but the last one before bed, that was a good one. What was that? Dramarama? Last cigarette? One more before I go to bed?
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, wow. In fact, today is 3 years since I've had a cigarette. I just looked for the first time. It's exactly 3 years.
Nice.
3 years and 6 hours.
There you go.
Since I've had a cigarette.
And there it was, midnight.
How did you track that?
Well, when I had the cancer scare, I've got an app and put in the day I quit smoking.
Oh.
And then it tracks it.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of these. I got one for drinking.
Ah.
You want to see the one for drinking?
Yeah.
Sure.
Got one for glue?
I got one for... Oh, you can put masturbating in here. You can put anything. But this is the drinking one.
Is that a 2?
It's a 2 years, 10 months, and 3 days.
There you go.
But,
hey, Freddie!
I don't like that in any situation, and Hardy knows what I'm talking about. I don't care for the applause. But there you go. That's why, and that kind of leads us back to the beginning, why I was so pissed that I didn't feel good and had gout yesterday. It's because I don't smoke, and I don't drink, and I don't weigh. I weigh 50 pounds less than I weighed, legitimately 50 pounds less, give or take a pound, than I weighed 3 years ago. And I'm like, and now I'm getting gout, and I'm not feeling good. This is horse crap. I should feel excellent.
Yeah, that was the main part of the complaining while the mics were off for a good portion of the show yesterday.
Well,
can you believe it? I'm in shape. Well, I've taken care of myself, and I have this.
If you've never had gout, which is sexy, ladies, I know, sit on a towel. I know that you want to. If you want to touch yourself and you're alone, it's fine. But the thing about gout is it kills. So now I don't make. Believe me, people make more of a fuss of it. But the thing is that when you stand up and feel it, there's different things. You can go, yeah, or you can go like, ah, why is this happening? Mm-hmm. Which is my take. Mm-hmm. And rather than going, why is there a Jerry Remy DVD over there? It's driving me nuts.
Well, this is a copy apparently of Rem Dog Unleashed.
Ooh.
Memorable moments from the booth. And it's signed by Jerry Remy.
Hey!
And someone left it here.
Oh.
When we were on WBCN, he used to come on our show. He loved it.
Yeah.
Talk about mustaches. He didn't like that at all.
No, he didn't like anything.
When we first started this show, we had Rem Dog on, if I remember right, as a weekly guest. And that did not last long.
No, he didn't like it.
I had him in the afternoons as I think he was like a sponsored guest.
The best thing about Remy, the best time having Remy on is when they were in Japan and just how much he didn't want to be there. That was what was great.
We had him on. I think that was during this show.
Okay, so he went to the Red Sox started in Japan. It might not even been regular season. It might have been preseason.
No, it was regular season.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter.
Okay,
but they were out there at the beginning of the year, and. You'll talk to people and they'll be like, wow, traveling and this is so great and I'm getting to see another culture. He's like, I'm not leaving the hotel. He's like, I will go to the park and then come back to the hotel. I will eat all my meals in the hotel. I am not setting foot anywhere. I don't want to be here. And I just found that very refreshing.
The most thing, I remember this interview, the thing he was really upset about is he couldn't get his soap operas out there. That he had to watch a certain soap opera at a certain time every day. Couldn't watch him while he was in Japan.
I get that. You get into Young and the Restless. You don't want to miss 2 weeks worth.
Well, that's the thing is if you have an odd schedule, I would imagine that the that's a big part of your day because it's something to look forward to in the middle of the day while everyone else is working.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with John Sterling, remember?
Oh, yes.
There was this really upsetting article about his life.
Man.
And he lived in like this
Fort Lee, New Jersey.
Yeah, this small apartment in Fort Lee, New Jersey. Really a small apartment. He lived alone, and it was like a day in the life of John Sterling, and he would like get up in the morning and he would have a bunch of VHS tapes that he had taped either got home from the game or got up in the morning, and he would have tapes of all his soap operas, and he would watch the soap operas in solitude.
I don't like that.
The really depressing
it was
part.
very depressing.
It was more depressing because it was after the game was over. He'd come home from Yankee Stadium at about 2:30 in the morning. He would watch the soap operas. He had VHS during the day, and then his entire day was just waking up and waiting to go to the ballpark.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I don't care for that.
That's almost by choice, because John Sterling, just by nature of who he is and what he has access to, could meet a woman.
Sure.
Or a man.
Yeah.
Or a man, unless you're Jaden Ivey or Travion Henderson, who believe that's biblically very wrong.
Yeah.
Which is most of the churches I go to, very anti-gay.
By the way, I saw Gosher on Saturday night.
How's he doing?
He's doing great, and we got to the bottom of how he knew I was coming out there because somebody was listening to the show that day and heard the conversation that we had about, I think you had asked, John, it's like, oh, you're going to see Gosher while you're out there? And the part that the person had taped and sent to him was you, Fred, saying like, well, I don't really know him. Do you know him like that? Is it okay? And Dave was not offended or even hurt as much as he was perplexed. He's like, of course, we all worked together for like many years. Now, he wasn't, like in the building a whole lot because he's, calling hockey games on the road and at the Garden. But I think,
yeah, and that's right. We worked for the same company,
It's very
but
loose
he
interpretation.
but he didn't work in the same building,
Fred,
or at the same time. That shouldn't really be a factor. Good point by Dave.
I think he felt you two should be closer.
Oh,
well then, if we could get a time machine, we could hang out together more.
I mean, it's he's back around here during the summertime, and the next time you're out in Vegas, you stop by, you go up to the Bud Light broadcast booth or whatever the hell they call it up there. They do put on a show at those Vegas Golden Knights games. It's pure spectacle, baby.
It's funny because I almost knew this was going to happen because forever since Dave Gosher has gone to Vegas, and I like Dave, but I wasn't friends with him. Like if I saw him at a practice, we would say hello.
Yeah.
He did stuff for the show, but it wasn't really through me. He would do it, like I wasn't the liaison in that. And like when he first moved out to Vegas, like certain people would carry on about him being in Vegas, and it just got to the point where it was so annoying to me that I was just like, all right, everyone relax and calm down. You didn't know him, or at least I didn't. And then that's why I feel the need to express that on the air, is because there was this chorus of like how everyone was very good friends with Dave Gosher when some of these people I knew were not even barely acquaintances with Dave Gosher. And then I started thinking, why pretend? Of all the people, why pretend that this is the guy?
He's a very likable and gregarious fellow. So I think even if people weren't the best of friends, you know what Dave did? He made you feel like you were. And still does.
Because there's no difference between saying I wasn't friends enough to go like seek him out in another city if I happen to be visiting there, and it's saying that is tantamount to saying he's a terrible person and not a gregarious person.
I think
Don't shoot the messenger, you're saying.
I think it's time for you two to either reconnect or just connect.
Well, the way Eddie Trunk keeps going on about Vegas, I mean, I can't. I mean, I want to grab a lady, take her by the arm, and take her down to Vegas, and take her to some metal clubs. Maybe take her to Cabo Wabo.
He's got nothing but good things to say about Vegas these days.
What do you think Eddie's going to stay with the amount of money he's got? You think he's going to just stay in Jersey?
Well, he's got 2 homes.
He's got a home in Jersey and he's got a home in Vegas.
Right.
And whenever he talks to someone, every guy that was in a metal band lives in Vegas now.
You could include Vinny Appice in that as well.
Because they can't afford to live in Los Angeles anymore. So
Vinny
they
and his
go.
brother Carmine. What a duo. To come from the same womb.
And one calls themselves Appice and one calls himself something else. Like it's Appice's one pronunciation and there's another pronunciation for the other one, if I'm not mistaken. All right. Well, very good. What a show today. The Red Sox have started playing baseball games, so more often than not, we'll have, if there's time, we'll have time to talk about what happened with them. The Celtics played last night. I wonder if Grandy said something about how everyone counted them out, which I heard, saw a thing on Instagram of Jim Murray getting annoyed with. But he prefaced the thing by going, "Love you, Grandy, but you." And then I'm like, why'd you have to preface it?
Yeah, spoiler alert. I don't know if you would do it in a game that, after the first half, they had pretty much no chance of winning.
Yeah, third quarter, they tended to struggle a little bit.
Yeah, so that's not when you drop the no one believed in this team because it was, not bad moment.
There was a comeback, so maybe he did
Well,
it then.
according to this thing, he's very prone to tweeting because he's an intellectual. He loves to tweet gap year. So he's created like gap year, like a student would take a year between high school and college to travel the world. He's coined, either him or the Celtics coined the term gap year. And they're succeeding in a year where they were not supposed to succeed this much. Therefore, everyone's a huge piece of garbage that didn't believe in them. And now everything is wrestling with that guy.
What the hell does gap year mean? This was supposed to be a gap year, but surprise, surprise, they're on the honor roll anyway, and they're
Correct.
enrolled? Okay.
Correct.
Gap year's not really the right. It's even
not.
like a dumb way to say it. You're right. It's even dumber than I thought. Now that you put it in that, because what it does is it makes the person saying it sound superior to those he's saying it about. Like I knew, and you all didn't know, and it's like wrestling in juvenile wrestling crap. If you're gonna do juvenile, talk about sex or farts, dummy. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Stay tuned for more Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
The first signs of spring. The $15 million Magnificent Million scratch tickets with a top prize of $15 million.
you catch the game last night?
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. What Happened Last Night's brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game what happened, so change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lopresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Hardy, 2 games featuring local teams going on last evening. Do tell.
Yes, the Celtics were in Atlanta last night. Jaylen Brown back. He sat for a couple of games. Jason Tatum, though, managing the injury. So this is part of the long rehab process. And I don't know what you're laughing about, John. It's injury management.
No, I'm not laughing at that.
What are you laughing
It's just a way that the Celtics play cute with the roster. Last 2 nights ago, Derek White and Jaylen Brown didn't play. Jason Tatum and Neemias Queta did, and then they flipped it for this game.
Yeah.
So not a full squad on either night.
No.
That made you laugh?
Yes. Laughed out loud, yes.
LOL.
You got an odd sense of humor, Johnny.
Yep.
Well, this was a tight one in the first half, back and forth. Bunch of lead changes, bunch of ties, and big shot at the end of the first half.
McCollum takes the handoff from McCollum. Will kick out to a wide-open Alexander Walker for 3, and we're tied.
Hawks got the Celtics in rotation. That was a late contest on Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Well, hello, is that Abby Chin?
It is.
In for Max last night?
Max was doing TV.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
Heard Max on the television.
there you go. So Atlanta started feeling themselves a little bit there in the third quarter. I believe they outscored them by 14 points, so tied at the end of the half, and then the Hawks just went off.
Final 10 seconds, third quarter, 7 on the shot clock. Vincent, left-hand dribble with Ugo on his shoulder. Throws back out to Dyson Daniels, cranks up the 3 and hits another one. Dyson Daniels, shooting 16% from 3, has made 2 tonight. Peyton Pritchard beyond half court misses, and that will do it for the third quarter, and the Hawks have their largest lead of the night.
Dyson, ironically, didn't suck.
I got it. Because of some homophobia thing of yours. No, I get it. It's because of the vacuum cleaner. All right.
It's a smart joke, and a smart audience will like it.
What's that from?
Jerk Store?
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
You know who could not shoot yesterday? From the free throw line, from 3, from the field? Your friend Jaylen Brown.
He was terrible last night. He made a bunch of threes late, and when the Celtics are trying to make a comeback from down 21 in the fourth quarter, but he was 4 of 17 from the floor at one point and couldn't make free throws. And you look at the numbers at the end of the night, he almost had a triple-double, a 30-point triple-double.
Well, he was that ball was running through him. I mean, he was he very ball dominant last night. But I mean, he always is, but he was, and it's good. He's a star. He shouldn't stop shooting, but something was off with him. I mean, he was bricking from free throw. You watched it. I mean, he was missing free throws.
He missed
by quite a little bit.
He had a terrible night from the field, and I kept watching to see if that Achilles. He's missed the last 2 games with Achilles tendonitis, but he had some springs. So he just had a really bad night. Now Atlanta is one of the best defensive teams in the NBA since the All-Star break, and Dyson Daniels, the guy who hit that 3 there, is a first-team All-NBA player, and he was guarding Brown for most of the night. So maybe there are some mitigating factors, but
Can't guard from the free throw line, Johnny.
No, that is a free throw. There's no one in front of you, so he did not play well. 8
of 14 from the charity stripe, 9 of 29 from the field, 29 field goal attempts. Peyton Pritchard, a distant second, he attempted 14 from the field last night. So. No, Jaylen, as you said, John, his big contribution was there at the end when the Celtics did push back, trying to climb back from a 21-point deficit there. And at the end, they got it kind of close.
We're down to a minute 5. Jaylen Brown drives, stops at the free throw line. Step back, 17-footer is good, and the foul.
What was Alexander Walker doing there? There's a line between being aggressive and not being smart.
Yes.
And you just crossed it, bucko.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll see you in my office. It's the bathroom at Al's.
29 points for Jaylen Brown. Luka Garza, 20 points last night. Almost got himself a double-double. What do you have, 9 boards?
Yeah. 9 points and a couple of threes.
What if there was an episode with like Chachi before he was 18 and Fonzie was like, "Hey, Chachi, you got to come into my office." And Chachi, like in front of everyone at Al's, just takes Chachi to the bathroom. Like, wouldn't that be weird?
If they filmed that recently, yes. It'd be very
well,
strange.
I would be. Well, again, what scene am I about to talk about from Happy Days? Fonzie's with Richie. There's two girls, and Fonzie goes, Fonzie's with Richie. He goes, "I got you guys dates for prom," and the Sticks is black, and these two girls walk into Al's. This really happened. And Fonzie goes, the girls go, "Who are our dates?" And he goes, "This is Richie and this is Sticks." And the one who was given Sticks passes out.
Yes, but this wasn't on network television in prime time.
Yeah, and it was in our lifetimes. See, it was set in the 50s, but it was not filmed in the 50s. It was filmed in the late 70s.
And they went ahead and filmed that, huh? And then
Put it right on TV.
Put it on the
with
TV.
a laugh track. Even in the era, someone had to have gone, okay. Like, all right. Because, look, racial humor can be funny if done in the correct way.
Right.
The idea that the woman was so unnerved by the thought of going to the dance with the black guy that she lost consciousness.
Yes.
I don't know if even if I was from the South,
even if
in the 40s, that I would have thought, okay, maybe this is not the joke.
Yeah, it's social commentary a little too far. The whole passing out.
Yeah, I am very woke, but I will say that and that was a kid show too. That was for kids. But there you go. I'll see if I can I'll put up on Instagram. Really pay it forward.
So, what are the Celtics night off and then Miami tomorrow night, John?
Yes, 4-game road trip, Miami tomorrow night.
All right. Red Sox still on the road to open up their season. They played the first of 3 in Houston last night. And Ranger Suarez.
Season debut, baby.
On the bump.
Yeah.
Kicking and dealing.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. He just launched one. Look out, Reeves. That is a Ruthian shot way up in the stands for
Okay. All right. Okay. 394 feet. A Ruthian shot. All right.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
What, Ruth would hit him that far sometimes.
It's game 4.
Oh, baby.
They say it together.
Jeez.
I like those.
I wonder if they
fellas.
both pulled their sunglasses down to the bridge of their nose.
Oh, yeah.
They did it.
Look at that.
Oh, baby.
It's like seeing a cherry red
baby.
vet. Oh, baby.
Honey, hush.
Don't mind if I do. Thank you.
So there you go. That's Alvarez homering in the 3rd inning to make it 3-0.
I saw him play. When I was in Florida last week. He's a large man.
Yes.
Different. He hits after Altuve, and they look different.
Very different, yes.
You know?
One is a big hulking left-handed hitter, and the other is a midget that hits right-handed.
You say midget
Small
in a derogatory
small
way.
person.
No,
sorry.
but in all seriousness, like say midget or whatever you're supposed to say, little person is, or whatever the hell you. I honestly don't know. I'm not being cute, so it's ignorance on my part. But say, what do you think the measure is for that? Like 4'11" on a guy, or like what do you think that? If you're like a little person,
I would say it's less.
Okay, because Altuve's like unconventionally short.
Yes.
Whatever he's listed. Did you hear?
He's listed at 5'6".
Okay, so that might be right now, but The Athletic did a thing where because of the new ABS system, they measured people.
Yes, everyone has lost height.
And there's
because
like
of it,
out of
yes.
like the 300 and some odd people that hit in the Major League Baseball, something like, or whatever the number is, like a third of them have lost height.
Yeah.
And some over 2 inches.
Yes.
Yeah.
So whatever someone's listed at, I don't know if they've updated these things. Whatever, especially someone really short. I would bet you Altuve's there's a chance he's 5'4".
Yeah, he's listed at 5'6", 167.
Okay,
And he's-
so 5'4", 135, and then 150. But the thing is, he's super strong, and because he hits with a little bit of power, it's like amazing. And the bat looks huge in his hands. You've seen him. You've seen him in person. Like the bat looks huge in his hands. It's pretty remarkable that he's that good. It's a great equalizer.
Yeah. Bregman, by the way, has gone from 6 feet to 5'10". So there's 2 inches. There's someone. I'll have to go back and find it. Someone went from 6'2" to 5'11". Now that's quite a jump to walk around your whole life saying that you're 6'2", you're 6'2", and then to either admit or lie and say, no, I'm not even 6 feet tall anymore.
That's like a hinge lie. That's like something that you get called out for if you because you want to be over the 6 foot barrier. Because if you're 5'11", just put 6 feet because it gets you over that guardrail for women that want men over 6 feet.
Ah.
So you just put 6 feet. You don't go 6'2".
No. By the way, Ranger Suarez would pitch into the fifth for a little bit.
Pitches to hit with the Miami Marlins team. Hey! That ball hit well into left center field. Forget about it! Bryce Matthews by the home run pump. He hits his 5th Major League home run. That was a no-doubter. Well over 400 feet.
That one, they didn't go crazy on. That one was about 40 feet further than the one they did go crazy on. That was one where Matthews hit the ball and just put his head down and ran to first base. He knew it was gone.
I don't think it's fair to say they went crazy on the Alvarez home run.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
394. That Matthews homer was about 430. And they're like, oh, there it goes. It's gone.
It's not as big.
No, apparently not.
It was the 9th hitter. You don't really go crazy.
It's like a good 8 iron, maybe even a strong 9. We're saying that for that.
Okay.
Altuve with a couple of home runs last night. Also,
2,400 in his career.
Oh, man.
He's done it again against Oviedo. Second home run of the night against this right-hander. Have a night, Altuve on for the 5th time. 2 home runs and 4 runs scored.
And there you go.
Oviedo was worse than Suarez.
Yes, neither were good. Suarez is more a concern, obviously, because he got lit up his last couple starts of spring training and then didn't do well last night. But Oviedo is what he is. He's a borderline 5th starter, so I'm not too worried about the long man out of the bullpen.
I'm not worried about him either. I'm just saying he was worse.
Yes, he was.
In 2 bad pitching performances, because you technically could have had someone come in and, kind of hold the fort down while you attempted to come back.
They burned through a good portion of their bullpen those last 2 games in Cincinnati.
I'm not questioning putting the guy in or keeping him in. You just let him eat the innings. I get why they did. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just Suarez didn't have a great day.
Nope.
It wasn't the worst day, but he didn't have a very good day. And the guy after him really fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks worse maybe than it was.
Yeah.
That's all.
So Sox dropped the first game of the set there in Houston, 8-1. They'll go again tonight. Who's on the bump?
Brian Bale.
There you go.
And then Crochet in the finale of the series.
I have a tremendous amount of sympathy now for pitchers. I have too much sympathy.
Yes.
You got a lot of sympathy.
That's right.
So
as well you should.
Well, as Suarez, he got you in the 5th. Got you into the 5th. It was all right.
I understand.
Let's not go crazy.
Why he's Suarez is a lefty too, so I get it.
But Oviedo did not pitch well. That I will get on the mark. I will tell you that is true. All right, we'll be back. Here are the headlines.
Oh, baby!
Essentials.
We are Dutcher and Hardy. What's going on, Hardy?
Well, if you listen to or watched any national sports news overnight, you know the big story is that the women's Final Four is now set. Second year in a row, South Carolina, Texas, UCLA, UConn, all in the Final Four, all the top seeds.
Shocking.
I did catch one of the UConn contests over the weekend while I was away, and that was a barn burner. I believe they were up 35 points, not long into the second half, and that's exciting stuff. So congratulations, South Carolina, Texas, UCLA, and UConn for reaching the women's Final Four.
Well, Ryan put this into Slack. Several MLB players, including Gavin Lux, 6'2" to 5'11", Connor Wong, 6'1" to 5'10".
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, Connor Wong. That was one.
Had their heights reduced in 2026. So I would like to see a full list of that, because that's kind of, now that it's like increasing your ball size for the ski jump. Now there's an incentive to be smaller for the ABS system.
So there's no, crouching or making yourself smaller to shrink the strike zone?
Apparently not.
Apparently not for the ABS, no.
No. You can't, there's no...
They have to factor in your natural batting stance, but I don't think exaggerating a crouch will help you.
But I don't think they do. If it's predetermined and they're throwing a box up there, then...
No, they can't. They don't. They wouldn't take your stance. It's short. It's whatever the strike zone.
It's whatever
is.
The height is.
Yeah.
So the height guy doesn't stand straight up in the batter's box.
Some do. Like Jordan Walker does. There are guys. I mean, there's a lot of guys that stand straight up in the batter's box, and some guys don't. Some guys Rod Carew the whole thing. Gavin Lux, 6'2" to 5'11". Alex Freeland, 6'2" to 5'11". Bryson Scott from the Phillies, 6'3" to 6'0". Oof. Gleyber Torres, 6'1" to 5'10". We mentioned Connor Wong. Bo Naylor from the Guardians, 6 feet to 5'9".
Oh, that
was a bold
hurts.
6 foot.
That's a kick in the pants right there.
Yeah, that's a lot. You mentioned Bregman, 5'10" from 6 feet. Alex, Bohm from the Phillies?
Yes.
That's not bad. 6'5" to 6'4". An inch is understandable. Bryce Harper, 6'2" to 6'1". I bet you he lies about his penis, too. And Mundo Sosa from the Phillies, 6'10" to 5'11".
No, the 6 foot to 5'9" is the worst one. That's bad.
And Austin Riley dropped from 6'3" to 6'1", which, again, that doesn't sound crazy. The ones that are crazy are going from... going down 6'2" to 5'11". It's just it's not even the inches. It's the foot mark. Like any foot mark, you shouldn't really 5'11" to 6 feet. I completely understand. 5'11" to 6'2". You're playing with the devil. You're almost asking for this has got to be your worst nightmare, because ABS is released and you got too fast and loose with it. And now it's going to be a story how much you lied about your height. Now your wife's going to leave you because you're a liar. If you lied about this, what else are you lying about, Bregman?
Sure.
If you're 5'11", of course you say you're 6 feet tall. I guess you would round up half an inch. I mean, no one knows exactly how tall they are. The thing they do at the doctor's office isn't scientific, but I bet you for this thing they used lasers and everything else. I bet you it was a whole AI situation.
Oh, yeah. They're not messing around with that.
Yeah.
Jaden Ivey, by the way, has found himself in some trouble.
He's Purdue, right, Jonathan?
Yes. I do believe you're correct. I'm not 100% sure about that, though. I think you are correct. He is Purdue. He was a fifth overall by Detroit. Does that sound right?
Yeah, pick number 5 in 2022. And I can't believe the Pistons would trade a guy who has increasingly gone on Instagram Live and is talking about his problems with Pride Month and gay rights. And he says, how is this detrimental to the team? Why do they have to say that? Why can't they just say, we don't agree with his stance on LGBTQ? What did I do to the team? Well, apparently you did something because...
well, you're hurt for the year. And the thing is that he should be better. But there is some... I've heard writers talk, and which is to his benefit, actually, that he might have some mental problems. That he's got like some mental stuff going on, and because some people they'll say something that's controversial and they'll just go, oh, they're a horrible person. So it's almost to your advantage to go for some writers to be coming out and saying, oh, you have some mental difficulties, but don't think that you're alone in this, Boston. That you don't have a representative too, because Travion Henderson had to hop on Twitter, and he had this to say about gays and things of that nature. He said because he had to get on Twitter and comment on this because everyone needs to have all their thoughts known at all times. So some Colin Rugg guy talked about Jalen Ivey. And Travion Henderson says, quote, blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. That's Matthew 5:10, apparently. And he's taken that to be that you should not be gay.
Right. Because Ivy invoked the righteousness word more than once during his rants.
See, the thing is, if you want to support him for, having the right to say what he wants to say, that's one thing. It's when you invoke the Bible, because there's, again, you could go through the exercise. You can take it through AI, I suppose. You could go to ChatGPT. There's a lot of crazy stuff in the Bible. You can't just kind of cherry pick things out that you want. Like, they're very high on slaves and killing slaves and things like that in the Bible. But I've been to Southern churches, believe me. My parents are in East Tennessee. And I don't hear anyone going on and on and on about gay people.
Well, not around Christmas time, which is, as far as I know, the only time you do go to church.
No, you've made fun of me for going to church at different times. Psalm 70.
Aha!
Psalm 70 on this one.
When is it?
John, you do it. Aha!
Aha!
Let me bring up.
Aha!
Let me get my.
I've only been closely watching your church going for going on 3 years now, but I've never known you to go outside of Christmas time.
I got to back Fred up on this one. There was a time where he went a couple of random times, and you were on him for that too. You were.
Hasten, O God, to save me. Come quickly, Lord, to help me. May those who want to take my life be put to shame and confusion. May all those who desire my ruin be turned to disgrace. May those who say to me, aha, aha, turn back because of their shame.
For somebody who invokes Psalm 70 as much as you do, one would think you could quote it without reading it directly from the computer screen in front of you.
God tells me to go to the computer.
Oh.
Ringo.
He who hath not known, Lord, thou way to look up the psalm. Have it be that.
Amen.
Yes. Travion Henderson went to Ohio State.
Yes.
And Jaden Ivey went to Purdue. Did they grow up together or something? I don't know. I just don't. Why does he have to invoke the Bible?
I don't know.
When defending him, that makes him look kind of like a lunatic. Like if he was just like, I support my friend. Like, I support my friend. That's a nice guy.
It's their crusade against what they feel is unrighteousness. That's what
I understand that, but I have not been taught that in all of my religious schooling. I have not been taught that. I was in the choir. I was an acolyte. I was baptized and confirmed. I don't recall them going on and on and on about gay people. It seemed my whole religious training, it just seemed to skip me. But
is your mom sings in the church choir, right?
Oh, baby, yeah.
Still at it?
Yeah, but she's more eye candy than anything else.
Yes.
They call it the Lynn leg, Lynn Toucher's leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, she shows it up to about Oh, really? Where you should be seeing hair. Just one leg.
Don't.
They got her up front. Hey, sex sells, baby. Don't matter how old you are.
We're done.
All right. All right. We'll be back in just a moment. The Patriots talked yesterday. We will have that for you.
continuing, and Robert Kraft said yesterday he's in favor of an 18-game schedule with a pair of bye weeks factored in, with only 2 preseason games and 1 international game for each team. Hard Knocks will reportedly feature the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks this summer, and then for the first time ever, it will feature the Patriots next summer. Philadelphia head coach Nick Sirianni confirmed yesterday his team will hold a joint practice with the Patriots this summer. At TD Garden last night, or tonight rather, the Bruins host Dallas. Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers have the pregame at 6:30 and the face-off at 7 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins center Pavel Zacha was yesterday voted the NHL's second star of the week, and Ranger Suarez was tagged for 4 runs and 4 1/3 innings of work in his Red Sox debut. And as a result, Alex Cora's team was beaten in Houston last night 8-1.
The cutter to Alvarez, first pitch cutter ball, next one backed up, and he doesn't miss those. There was another cutter later on, middle 2-1, ballpark. There was some good, and there's some things that we gotta work. He will. Kind of like in between the start, right in the middle of it, he was able to change speeds, throw strikes.
They're now 1-3 to start the season. They'll pitch Brian Bayo against the Astros tonight. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Rodenheiser Home Services. Get your AC ready now. Rodenheiser's early season check is just $89. Schedule at Rodenheiser.com today. Rodenheiser Home Services, nice people, great service since 1928. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
Are you actually coaching the game, or it's just
that is? I feel so strongly about that. I can't even tell you.
Boston Talk Sports here.
What do we got?
Sports.
It's never changed. It's the same thing over and over and over and over. It's just never good. It wasn't funny the first time.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
We have a pretty tough, I think the hardest schedule, a lot of West Coast travel. My objective every year is we make the playoffs. And as we saw last year, when you're privileged to make the playoffs, anything can happen.
Oh, yeah. The owners' meetings are going on down in somewhere warm. We are Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube at 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bert Breer, funny enough, is in Paris.
Yeah, not at the owners' meetings.
Yeah. We did have Dan Roach flew down after the show yesterday, and we have some audio of him at the owners' meetings.
I love you. Holy I love you too.
No, that's from Heated Rivalry, the show he refuses to watch because
it was high drama yesterday, Hardy. You missed it. It was really something. Fred would not let him up for about 10 minutes.
He loves sports.
Oh, boy.
He loves television. It's got sports and television, but he won't watch.
But he also loves heterosexuality. So what's a man to do?
Well, listen, heterosexuality, then you'd have to watch everything. You watch Heated Rivalry. Be a good person. Watch Heated Rivalry. Come on. All right. So, Hardy, the people are out there. They're talking to the Patriots. Everyone's out and about.
Yes. And Robert Kraft talking about something that's been a big part of the conversation ever since the move went from 16 games to 17 games. Like, what? Okay, what are we doing? We're not going to have a 17-game schedule. And Robert Kraft is right at the forefront of pushing for at least one more.
I like it long-term for the growth and development of the league, because to keep our league healthy and grow revenue, preseason games have not been what it used to be when we owned the team, and changing to 18 games and having that real content and being mindful of player safety. I personally would like to see us have a second bye week.
So 18 games and a second bye week. But what else would be good with that 18-game schedule?
It would allow us to also grow the game internationally. We'd have every team in the league would play a game overseas. It just, I think, would be a lot more exciting for the fans.
Yeah, it's for the fans. Yeah, it's certainly. And if you give someone another week off, throw another game in there, it cancels everything. 18 games international travel. Hey, but you got a bye week. Now some of these weeks you're playing 4 days with 4 days rest, but don't worry, you got another bye week. It's like as if that everyone with an injury heals up in 1 week. That's what happens.
So with the extra game and the second bye week, that way they can leapfrog over that President's Day week. That becomes the bye in between the conference championships and the Super Bowl, right?
I think, and I was reading about this last night, apparently with the elimination of the third preseason game, they'd start the season earlier.
Oh, that's right.
But then that's Labor Day.
I don't know what to tell you.
And they do not want to start at Labor Day, so that's wrong.
And I don't think they want to have the Super Bowl fall on the Sunday before a national holiday. I don't think they want to be removed from the normal zeitgeist of conversation that takes place when people get back to work on that Monday after the Super Bowl.
Well, I can tell you this for a fact, is that for 50 years I've heard about how they won't play Labor Day weekend. That they don't want to do that. And it's not because of honoring veterans or
the labor movement.
No, I understand but you get what I'm saying. It's not for any other reason than it's financial in attention. They don't want opening weekend to be when people are out of town.
Mm-hmm.
So take that and get it out of your head because they're not doing it. So they would start when they start now. And then with the set, you're taking away a preseason game. So conceivably, so you're still adding another week because of the second bye. So now you're going into mid-February.
I'm wondering when they're going to add this extra game and extra bye week. I mean, the collective bargaining agreement, we're only about halfway through it. I don't think it expires until like 2030.
Yeah, they're thinking long-term, baby. Don't worry about it. They're thinking next one.
So 5 years from now, they're going to add a game.
I guess.
Okay.
I mean, if they have a collective, the players' union does nothing in the NFL, so I assume they can just do whatever they want.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you're not going to get paid extra for playing an extra game.
Oh no, they do get a percentage of revenue, the salary cap, so they will make more money.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll make more money, but the thing is it worth shortening careers? Is it worth the if you're playing a Super Bowl where there's 5 starters from each team missing? I mean, these are not ridiculous things to think about.
No, but I do wonder, just to be fair, does this second bye week, I don't think it totally eliminates the added risk for injury, but it does mitigate it some.
You'd have to talk to a doctor, but I highly doubt that I think it's repetitive contact or the more chances of something traumatic happening, and just a week off doesn't reset the body. Like, for instance, if you get destroyed in a game, if you tear your Achilles, you're more apt to tear your Achilles again. It's not. It's like these things. It's more. You're playing Russian roulette with, with more opportunities, more bullets in the chamber.
So I guess another way of looking as a specific example, what do you think it would have done for Will Campbell to have an extra week to rest before he had to get back out there and get ready for the Super Bowl?
0.
I don't think it would have done anything.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, you couldn't make the argument that it could because he was out. And then he played poorly. And then he had a bye week, and then he played even worse.
I could make the argument, but I would lose it.
Would you admit defeat, though?
No, that's not me.
Good. At least you're self-aware. All right. Elliot Wolf was talking to whom, Ryan? It's always easy to get information from Ryan to me. Yeah, there you go, buddy.
Yes,
right in that thing.
The Up and Adams podcast with Kay Adams.
Yeah, there's always a nice lull when I ask Ryan a question where he figures out. He stretches. He'll come in here, and we're in a break that is only so many minutes long, and he'll come in with a good idea, and he'll go, I have this audio. And he'll go, okay, good, get it. And he'll go, yeah. And he'll sit there dicking around with a putter for a while. And you're like, well, you had a good idea. Like, there's only so much time. Like, you get it, Mr. Casual.
It is, you know what? I'm glad you brought up the stretching thing, too. I don't know why that bugs me, but I think he's the only one in the entire group that will do a big dramatic stretch, like during meetings or something like that.
And and it's all body language because Ryan's very smart and hardworking, so it's just entirely a body language thing. Because I can't emphasize enough, he's bringing a good idea that none of us have into the room, and then I'll say, "Great, that's a really good idea, Ryan. We'll do it next," and he'll go, "Yep," and he'll sit there dicking around with a putter.
In the bend.
Yeah, and it's just, and I don't want to every time go, all right, Ryan, we'll now do it. Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm thinking, Ryan. Just so you know. All right, so this is Kay Adams.
Yeah, stretcher.
Kay Adams dated whom? Was she with Amanda, the little white guy, or was she with the white receiver?
Amendola?
Amendola?
I don't know. Is that right?
Kay Adams with some white little
it says Danny Amendola here.
Yeah, Amendola, who's now with a hot model. But Amendola's a model, too.
Oh, yeah.
He's a hunk. Don't worry about it.
Always.
How much money did him and Edelman waste putting together those little short films?
Millions
No pun
of dollars.
intended.
Yes. Oh, let's dress up as cops.
Let's
run down to the end of that alleyway.
Do you know what we're even talking about? Please say no.
Not really.
Okay, so after Edelman, when Edelman and Amendola played together, they, in the offseason, would make these films. Now, you would more than anyone know this. Real short films, like 5-minute films. How much do you think that costs? Like to produce, edit, shoot, even digitally.
Hire someone to put it all together.
A crew.
Yeah, like tens of thousands of dollars.
Right, and it was for nothing.
So when you get a chance, Google Edelman, Amendola, police officers.
Or don't, and just be confident in the knowledge you never heard of it while doing Boston sports radio while both of them played for the team.
Yes, that would hurt their feelings.
Well, that's the thing. It's not that it sucks. It's that the whole point wasn't that it sucked. The whole point was you might as well just burn the money, you egotistical pricks. All right, here is Kay Adams, who at one point was French kissing, apparently, Danny Amendola.
Huh.
And she's talking to the always charismatic Elliot Wolf.
What's your scouting report on Anne? On Anne Michael May?
Anne is.
Give me a grade assessment.
Yeah, 1 to 10. Let's go body part by body part.
Start with your ass.
Yeah, your star quarterback that seems like a real wholesome kid. Let's start knocking down her wife a little bit, body part by body part.
Let's start giving either number or letter grades to his wife.
Does anyone else feel uncomfortable talking about Drake May's wife? She seems like a lovely woman, and all I know is that attention just breeds horribleness. Like everyone is being very positive towards her now, but I almost would I know where they live. That's just between you and I.
Okay.
But I almost think I'm obligated to go to the house and go look, everything's cooking right now. Because she doesn't seem like someone who really wants attention. She actually seems like someone who's just like, this is neat. I can put videos on the internet of me baking. I honestly don't think she is like a Kardashian or a Jordan Hudson type.
Don't get that hit at all.
I mean, you start dating someone in middle school, like how the hell do you know what they're going to become? I just want to tell her this is just nothing you're going to do is bad. It's not you. It's the world. It's the world. Because even this bothers me a little bit with her. Give a scouting report, and it's supposed to be cute and fun. But then it goes online, and then there's comments, and then it's just why are you even doing it? And all she did was marry a guy that she's been in love with since she was a little girl.
But it's also got this weird kind of tongue-in-cheek thing, this fascination with Drake May's wife. It doesn't feel completely genuine.
Thank you. You just articulated my point better than me. Right. It seems almost patronizing.
That's it.
Yeah. I'm uncomfortable with notice how we don't talk about Drake May's wife on the show?
Isn't she awesome? It's what's so awesome about it? That's what makes it awesome, that she's not really
right.
She kind of playing and not all that exciting, and that's what makes it awesome.
Right.
Well, that's not
she's
a nice
a young
thing to
woman
say.
baking.
Yeah,
I'm not comfortable with the whole thing.
I don't like it.
All right, I'll move on. Because I'm on Elliot Wolf's side. Because the thing is that what do you want me to do here?
Yeah, leave it alone.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about anybody's wife. Yeah, she's a nice. I mean, I wouldn't. If I was Elliot Wolf, I'd be like, what are you doing to me? I might even say, what's wrong with you?
Right.
I'm not talking about my
players' wives.
But then that goes viral, and you're been horrible to a woman because you told her that you didn't want to talk about it. What's wrong with players' wives? Well, I don't want to. It's not my job to talk about them. Yeah, that's pretty much a no-win. Yeah, I got myself in a pretty good state about it. All right, we're going to have Paul Perillo on. Why? He's boring. No, I'm just kidding. Why are we going to have Paul Perillo on?
He's listening now, too. Hardy will get a text in 3, 2.
It came into my head as a funny moment to say something. All right, Paul's great. All right, so here's Paul. Paul is a great guest on Felger and Mazz. I'll tell you that. It's a great hour of radio, except for when they sing the song, which is not Paul's fault. All right, here's Paul talking to Mike Vrabel. Paul's going to join us at 9.
Paul wants to know if you took some ibuprofen after your visit to Arizona State.
No, I mean, I usually wake up the same every day, pretty sore.
So Mike, I did want to ask you about that.
Wake up and feel the same way.
Yeah. That video got a lot of play over the weekend with Max. I think I'm going to try this. Is it Ihenichur? I think I'm getting that at least close.
Max.
Max. I'm going to go with Max. You did the same thing, a lot of that stuff with Will, and I'm curious to know.
I've done that, guys. I've done that.
Right.
So what he's talking about is he puts on pads and starts working out with the player. He was at an Arizona State or something pro day, and this is what he was doing.
Pro day that I've gone to,
and that's why I wanted to ask you, what do you think?
That's how these things go.
What do you think you learned from that? Just why do you feel like that's important to sort of, get a little bit of more of a physical workout?
I understand what. You done talking, Paul? Can I finish?
Zoom.
Yeah.
It's the problem with Zoom. You don't get in a conversational rhythm.
You can wipe the smirk off your face. That's okay.
I enjoy doing it because I think when I do it with our players, I have an understanding, an idea of what each guy at the position looks like, feels like. Some guys have heavy hands. Some guys, their contact balance, their core strength, all those things at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Normally when I go out to the pro day, I try to be engaged and active and try to learn something from all the players that are there and the different positions.
Yep.
I don't doubt that. I mean, he's a big enough guy still, and I don't doubt that he doesn't, with all his experience, can't feel something maybe a little bit different in different guys. I'm sure they're not hitting it. I wouldn't want to be hit. He's my age. I think he's exactly my age. I wouldn't want to be hit. He's a larger man than me. I don't know if you know that.
The only legitimate follow-up question, because I agree with you. There's stuff that you're able to tell from doing that, and whether it's a hard-o move or not, you can't argue that you're going to get more information than other coaches. What then happens, Mike, 10 years from now when you can't put on the pads anymore? That you're too old to get out there and do any of that stuff.
Well, I have an answer for that. Then I won't be able to do it, but I can do it now. So that would be my answer, is that I can't project. Like, this is something that I'm comfortable with doing now. If I can't do it in the future, I'll have to pivot.
You're going to be less of an evaluator 10 years from now than you are now.
I don't know if I'll be evaluating players in 10 years. I don't know if we'll have oil.
Where are you going? What are you going to be doing?
If you think where you're going, you know where you're going, Jack. I got a little Bible for you.
Are you saying that
we're all just day to day, baby?
I'm going to say you can't. I can't tell you. I can't predict the draft any more than I can predict what's happening in 10 years.
Are you saying life is the thing that happens while we're busy making our foolish plans?
Maybe, or I might say, you ever walk down the beach when having a problem?
I have.
And you go, God, what the heck? I'm all alone. And God goes, I was with you. And you go, well, God, how is that? There's only one set of footprints. And God goes, I was holding you, stupid.
Specialists.
I was carrying you on the beach.
I know.
All right, Fluto Shinzawa. Hardy's back, baby. Fluto Shinzawa is going to join us. The Bruins.
I know.
Bruins, great. Great couple games. Very exciting for the playoffs. Like it's very exciting.
Maybe coming off their most important win of the season.
I'm great too. I don't have to watch them.
Yeah, I know. I can scrape. I can scrape. I can scrape. I can scrape too. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to
wonderful performance this weekend, and then a big-time comeback. Down 3-0, they come back to win in a shootout. They seem to be in pretty good position to make the playoffs with the first wild card. At this point, it would take a bit of a breakdown, which I'm not saying is impossible.
4 points up for that first wild card with 8 games left.
Okay, see, I'm seeing 6 points up.
Okay.
Ottawa's at 86. Well, no, yeah, they're 4 points up for the second wild card.
Yes.
They're 6 points up in the wild card.
Yes, 6 points up, but 4 points up on the second wild card.
Okay,
Yes.
Jonathan.
Sorry, Fred. Jeez.
All right, Fluto Shinzawa, please come in. Hello, sir.
Good morning, Fred.
Thank you. All right.
He made his day.
You have an article about how the Bruins fleeced other teams to get where they are in playoff contention. And I'll tell you, I was reading an article, and I don't think it was by you, but it was about the worst contracts in the NHL, and Trent Frederick was one, and Linus Ullmark was another. And those are two guys that the Bruins were able to unload. And I, for one, I mean, there was debate, at least around here, about if you keep Ullmark or you keep Swayman or da-da-da-da-da. So what can you kind of tell everyone, me in particular, what the Bruins have done and how they've gotten to where they are now?
They've checked every box, Fred. If we're talking strictly about roster composition, there's not. Okay, maybe you can argue that they overspent on Elias Lindholm. Other than that, like, you go down the list, you look at every player, you go down the roster, it's like, wow, this is check, 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 check. And then especially if you zoom in on the trades, there's not a bad one on the list. It's incredible. I started just because looking at Victor Arvidsson. He's been red hot lately, right? He's been terrific as your number 2 right wing in there, always fighting for pucks. It was on the first power play against Columbus, and you got him from Edmonton for, I think it was a 5th round pick. So you take that all day. And then you look to the rest of his other 2 line mates. They were also trade guys. Casey Middlestat from Colorado for Charlie Coyle, who Colorado traded and is now in Columbus. Pavel Zacha, a couple of years ago now, but you got him from New Jersey for Eric Holla now with Nashville. So check, check, check. Those are 3 significant wins for Don Sweeney and the Bruins. And it doesn't end there. Mark Kastlik, Jonas Korpisalo, Hampus Lindholm, they're all in the Bruins ledger. So in terms of the roster composition via trades, there's some home runs and there's some grand slams here.
How do you explain what has happened to Pavel Zacha since he came to Boston? I mean, that guy, I think, was a top 5, top 6 pick in the NHL draft. And I don't know if you could say wildly underachieved in New Jersey, but he wasn't even close to the offensive player he's turned into here.
Yes, I could. Yes, that's a good point. I think you could say that he probably didn't hit his threshold in New Jersey, just considering the pedigree. I remember back then, like, people were really big on Pavel just because big man, 6'4", could skate, tons of skill, very good with his details all over the place, but kind of muted in terms of offense. But now, like, you just look at, perhaps it's a combination of everything. Let's remember, he played with Patrice and David, so there's some osmosis there in terms of learning offense. He's played left wing, he's played right wing, he's played now, but now he's back in the middle where he's most comfortable. He's a natural center and he's excelling. And you can say, yes, he's been hot and there's some streakiness there. Like, this is unsustainable in terms of the rate of goal production specifically. But you look at everything else in terms of his game, like if he doesn't score another goal for the rest of the year, Mark Rostrom is still thrilled with his play, just because. Like, just look at his line mates, Casey and Victor. They don't kill penalties. What does that tell you? Well, they're not necessarily front of mind for the coach when it comes to defense, but yet, which line is out there against top lines? It's that line, and it's primarily because of how thorough Zacha is defensively. But yeah, offensively, it's just he's feeling it. He's getting opportunity. He's first power play guy. and they need him to score. Let's face it. This is a team that is still significantly performing above offensive expectation. He's part of that, but they are counting on him to deliver, and he has.
Fluto, I want to ask you about the fights that took place in the game on Sunday. I think it's interesting that those still work when it comes to waking a team up. And we talk with Cedric Maxwell every week, and I think he's, either perplexed or a little jealous that the NHL still gets to fight. But I look at it and say this is a check mark in the column for people who still want fighting to be in the NHL, saying it has a place. It has a place in the game that doesn't exist in other sports. And I think you kind of wrote about the same thing. It's like, it's just interesting to me that it still works. You can still wake your own team up by going out there and having a couple of real fights.
Yeah, absolutely, Hardy. It's like, if you look at it from the perspective of a teammate, let's just say you're David Pastrnak. How can you not be inspired when two guys willingly put themselves in harm's way? First, Jeannot, you could kind of see that coming. He's talking with Goodbranson, and Jeannot he's top 10, if not top 5 in terms of toughness, strong technique, balance, and he can take a punch. So you think, okay, he can handle himself against Goodbranson, and that guy probably should have declined just because Columbus, you're up 2-0. Why give anything to the Bruins at that point? But then that Olivier, that is, I think, just talking to everybody around the league, that's pretty much, no question, toughest guy. He's just scary.
Yeah.
And for Castellic to do that, boy, that takes a whole lot of courage. So and Olivier fed it to him pretty good. So if you're Pastrnak and you're looking at that, like, wow, I better. These guys are eating punches, and they are doing things that I'm not asked to do, and I'm not paid to do. I'm paid to do the other thing, so I better go do the other thing, scoring and providing offense. Just because these guys are so brave and so courageous and doing things that I do not want to do against two very, very scary men. So I think, yes, I like it. I'm a big proponent of it. Certainly dangerous. You don't want your kids doing that, but it's just the ultimate, I think, pinnacle of teamwork and team first attitude when you're Catholic and Jeannot to do that and inspire your teammates. I love it.
James Hagens, he's been in Providence now for a couple games. What is the thinking on bringing him up? Because there's a bunch of stuff to consider.
I think there's wait and see right now, just because, of course, you're not comfortable, but you have some wiggle room in terms of points of where you are in the playoff standings. So it's not like you necessarily need that. I think it would have been more urgent had A, it been tighter, and B, Lucas Reichel, he's been okay. It's not top 6 material in terms of consistent offensive presence, but he's held his own on that third line, which is where is the most likely landing point for Hagens had he been needed. Just because of his skill set, he's played left wing. You would think he would have been able to create and push guys back on that third line with probably Lindholm and Geekie, but it's you don't necessarily need it right now. You're not raising your hand and saying, okay, we need that guy here. So perhaps it's kind of, okay, on one hand, let's see what other kind of steps he takes in terms of progression in Providence, and then at the same time, how's the varsity doing, and if you can maintain. Why rush things? Now, if he blows everybody's doors off in Providence, but 2-4 in the next 2 games, and okay, he's clearly ready, then they'll make that call and bring him up. But right now, I think it's just let's just see how this plays out.
All right. Well, it's very exciting. The world is a better place when the Bruins are in the playoffs, and hopefully they can hold on here. Fluto Shinzawa is the man to read when you have any questions or want any information about the Boston Bruins. Fluto, thank you as always. Always appreciate it.
You bet, guys. My pleasure.
All right, thank you. There you go. Fluto Shinzawa. And, yeah, it would take something not great for them not to make the playoffs now. Do the math in your head, one of you. So if you've got 6 points up with 8 games to play.
So essentially you have a 3-game lead with 8 to go.
Right.
Why don't you give us a magic number, John?
Hockey, I can't. I'm sorry.
Do it.
Not off the top
Red
of
Wings
my
are
head.
falling apart.
Do it.
Remember when I told you about those injuries you guys didn't know about?
What's that?
Remember when I told you about those Red Wings injuries you guys weren't too clued in on?
Yeah.
No.
I told you that. I kind of predicted that whole thing, but don't worry about it. Daddy can go without the credit. But there's 3 teams behind you with 86 points, Ottawa, Detroit, and Philadelphia. And it's the tale of Ottawa's been maintaining, Philadelphia's been red hot, and Detroit's been bad. It's a good thing you didn't lose that game.
Yes. That might be not only a great game to watch, considering who it was against and the time of year and how you did it, the most important win of the season.
Yes. And they play tonight at home against Dallas, who are obviously very good.
Mm-hmm.
They arguably the second best team in hockey. So we'll see how they do tonight. But they got a little bit of breathing room. And now is the time of year where you keep an eye on other teams. And I like it. It's almost like the playoffs have started. The playoffs have started for the Bruins.
Swayman's playing really well.
Yeah,
I mean, this is it. This is the time. So.
Yeah, that Columbus game was a playoff game. I mean, that was a playoff game, and you won. You came back from 3 down.
In the third period,
right.
Came back from 3 down.
Yeah. It's funny. This weekend, I saw that comeback, and I saw the kid hit the shot live for UConn.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite a weekend for sport.
That was going on the plane when we were coming back on Sunday night, and you could tell a few people are watching. You're watching like the other screens, but figuring not the whole plane. When he hit that shot, like the plane erupted, like whoa!
Yeah.
And if you're sitting there just trying to watch one battle after another, you probably thought we got struck by lightning.
Right.
Did you have any of those insufferable UConn fans dancing in the aisle on your plane?
I think people were just in shock.
Okay.
It didn't even matter who you were rooting for. It was such a shocking moment, the way that unfolded.
Well, you weren't here, but, it was a real Sophie's choice. Do you want UConn and Danny Hurley, or do you want Duke and their insufferable fan base?
I said the same thing afterward. I'm like, UConn is getting to that Duke point.
But I got something for you. Is that Tom Izzo is on a text chain with Danny Hurley and that prick coach from UCLA.
So now he likes Hurley.
So now I don't mind Hurley that much because he's friends with Izzo. Because Izzo is the only coach in sports that I like.
I'm friends with Izzo. Yeah, I took a picture with him. It was his idea.
I don't dislike 99.9% of coaches. Like, I have no opinion on most coaches, but I don't like any of them. Like them. I'm neutral on most of them.
Well, they're authority figures, so automatically you are going to push back a little bit.
Yeah, man, I didn't buy this leather jacket. I earned it. And so the thing is, though, that Izzo I love. Izzo's the one guy. Izzo's the guy that if my kid was good at basketball, I'd be like, take and shape him, Tommy.
Yeah.
I know it's an agricultural school.
Hey. You just can't. You can't.
They waitlisted me. But you got in right away.
Did you have to add that extra sentence? You didn't.
Yeah, it's part of my thinking is that even though it might not be the best school academically that he could get into, I would say go to Michigan State because Tom Izzo trumps all of that. Thank you. I mean, if you're not going to play professional basketball and you have the chance to get a degree from Northwestern or Michigan State, I mean, everyone in here would want their kid to have a degree from Northwestern. It probably doesn't even matter anyway.
I want him to go to Moo U. That's where I want him.
That's right, baby.
Swine Research Facility. It's right there on the southeast corner of campus.
Believe me, you'll have a much better time at Michigan State. We'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Essential.
to climb up a tree.
You know.
We're the best friends you can be, my buddy and me.
Now, more of your best morning buddies, Toucher and Hardy, on the Sports Zone.
DTF St. Louis.
Yep.
And it features Jason Bateman, who I had we don't have a ton of time, but I don't know if he's ever been in anything I particularly liked. But he's on this show and it's got
Couples Retreat. Perfect.
Yeah, like again, like you can shoot a bunch of stuff out. Like I didn't like Arrested Development. I thought it was too wacky.
No, they just call it AD. Him and Will Arnett when they're talking about it on Smartless.
That infuriates me. The Smartless podcast infuriates me.
AD. You know, you're shooting AD. I'm Will Arnett. I hear this deep voice. Reese's peanut butter cups. I'm kind of a dick. I've leaned into that whole persona.
But Jason Bateman, like he was on Silver Spoons in the Hogan Family, and he had a show that I liked when I was little called where he was like a scammy kid with a divorced mom. What was that called? Making It? Maybe it was called Making It? I don't know. Oh, It's Your Move. He was on a show called It's Your Move.
Not to be confused with the song Making It, which was in Meatballs.
Yes.
Making It.
Okay. I got to focus. Okay, so in this DTF St. Louis, Jason Bateman plays a guy who has an affair with his friend's wife, and the wife, he wants the wife to like do stuff to him. And I can't kind of figure out what's going on, but I know it's very submissive. And one of the things was he instructs her through words to like sit on. They don't get like super into it or show it really, but he tells her to like sit on him.
Mm-hmm.
So I immediately went, "Oh, have you seen DTF St. Louis?" And John said no, and I said, "Okay, well this question will never be answered." But out of curiosity, I was wondering if you watched it, if you would be into what Jason Bateman wanted. I know some of it you won't, like pegging and stuff. I'm like I know, because I think she does that, right?
No, not in the episode.
Okay,
I
not
saw.
in the episode, but I think it gets to that.
Okay.
But again, it's not like graphic. But sure enough, John, in his compulsion to be smothered, was such the impulse was such that he did watch 2 episodes of DTF St. Louis.
Well, don't bury the lead. I remember I watched the first episode and I came back to Fred. I said, "What's up? That wasn't in that episode. You wanted me to watch it." He's like, "No, you got to keep watching." And I'm like,
So
"Okay."
you were all built up.
So then, yes, and
like
so
that,
then
came in here blue balled.
so
just
then,
like and I was like, no, that's not the episode. Watch the next one.
yeah, watch that. So
exactly how I said it.
The best part was I texted Fred out of nowhere. I said, "Nope, not interested." And he texted me back. He said, "Jonathan, I don't think this is for me." And I said, No, it's definitely for you. I saw the second episode of DTF St. Louis, and I saw what you were talking about. No, not interested in that particular maneuver. There has to be other stuff going on because she's sitting on him and like doing something else. She's not paying attention to what she's doing while she's doing
Like
it.
he's like a rug or like a stool.
Exactly.
Like she's like treating him like he's inhuman.
That is not my lane. No.
Okay.
Because there is a part that's supposed to be funny that I guess I'm not positive. And they take, it's not a bad show, but like where he really doesn't want it to be treated humanly. But I have trouble. We've gone so far as a culture with kinks that I can't even keep them straight anymore.
It's a big ask, John, that you not only want to be smothered, but you want the woman to derive some pleasure from it also.
No, he wants pleasure administered to him as well.
Yes, that's part of it.
But the women's pleasure is not the part that you're referring to. You want to be satisfied in other ways than being smothered.
Yes,
yeah,
that's correct.
Okay, all right.
Right. So,
call me selfish.
No, I might need you to.
Well, this is your fantasy, John. There's
Yes.
there's no guardrails as long as it's consenting adults.
I need it diagrammed a bit further. Maybe some bullet. And if you don't want to
that's
draw,
why
you
I
could,
asked him.
You could bullet point
Well,
it.
I'm not the best artist, but I'm happy to give it a shot if you'd like.
But that's why I asked him to watch DTF St. Louis, because I was like, is this not all of it, because he's not in. I know he's not into some of it. Is ridiculous. But the sitting thing, I wondered if he would be into that. And I knew he wouldn't be into Linda Cardellini. Probably not. You probably don't think she's so great.
No, she's fairly attractive.
Yeah, you find her fairly attractive.
Yeah.
But she's not something to be fetishized.
No.
Right.
No.
Right. Because her bottom is not
No.
nearly big enough for that.
Oh, I know who that is. I like her.
Yeah, she's on Freaks and
No,
Geeks.
yeah, she's definitely your type of woman. Absolutely.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh,
She
really?
might. We're talking about a C cup.
Oh, really? She hides it well.
Well, no, not in DTF St. Louis. When she's seducing him at the cornhole match, she is wearing something that shows off her cleavage.
Yeah,
Look at
I
that.
read about that.
Well, she played
nice.
the girl in Scooby Doo, like the uninteresting one in Scooby Doo.
Velma?
Velma, yeah.
Was she Velma in Scooby?
She was Velma in
I
Scooby Doo.
can see that.
But she's like a good-looking woman. It's funny,
Yeah, the Velma Daphne debate doesn't get enough play. I mean, it's always Ginger or Mary Ann, but
Velma's like heavy.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like she's a hot lady with glasses.
Yeah, Marianne is cute. Velma is not cute.
Yeah, Velma's also a cartoon, but Velma.
Well, we're making this comparison.
No, I know, but Velma's.
Come on now.
Velma from Scooby Doo is drawn deliberately to be frumpy.
yeah.
She's like.
I just wanted you to say those words.
I like the short hair and the knee socks.
Yeah, but on an attractive woman, that's for you. Velma is designed to be unattractive.
I'm liking this debate.
This is
good.
Which is the same
Can
thing
we just say that she's designed and that you determine whether or not she's attractive afterward?
Oh, I think that the people from Hanna-Barbera absolutely wanted the redheaded lady to be the good-looking one and for you to not think of her that way.
Oh, they're both kind of redheaded. I would say Velma's more of an auburn.
No, she's got dark hair.
It's more red than you think.
Take a look at this picture. He's looking at it right now.
Imagine what AI
Share
could
the
do with
screen.
Velma.
Yes.
Velma is shapeless and
done
frumpy.
already.
Shapeless and frumpy. That's the point of Velma. That is the point of Velma.
There's magic in that frumpy sweater.
All right.
And turtleneck. I love a turtleneck.
The Thuppets, we will pick our finalists here for our Thuppet song, and then we'll have a big-time guest tomorrow to help us sort through who wins. We'll be back in just a moment.
Toucher and Hardy.
Nick Sirianni yesterday confirmed his team will indeed hold a joint workout with the Patriots this summer. Bruins play against Dallas at TD Garden tonight. Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers have the pregame at 6:30 and the face-off at 7 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. And the Red Sox lost their third straight game last night, 8-1 in Houston. Brian Bayo faces the Astros tonight. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Rapid Flow Sewer and Drain Cleaning. Are you an experienced drain cleaning or pipe rehab tech? Rapid Flow is hiring and part of Local 12 to give you the great retirement and health care benefits you need. Call 800-286-FLOW or visit rapidflowinc.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
Boston Talk Sports.
Trade Drake May. We all know what, but we won't say what. Yeah, worst take on these airwaves in the last 24 hours.
We may not take a call today.
The Sports Hub.
Oh boy, I guess it's time for more Toucher and Hardy on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Puppets. They are puppets of Nick Gemelli, Hardy, and I, Fred Toucher, and we didn't have to get one made a while. They already make them.
Yeah.
And so you can see those pinned on the @Toucher and Hardy Instagram site, and I love them. I'm very proud of them. Hardy makes them. I think they're great. And so we were thinking, wouldn't it be nice if we could get the listeners involved and have them write a theme song for one of the puppets? So instead, it's easier because you want them quick. You don't want them long. So rather than talk about the quadruplet of puppets, you were talking about one puppet in particular. And we have taken we're having, 100 entries? We've taken them, and we've narrowed them down
and
to these.
Just let me say this before we get down to what we have decided are the finalists. A lot of good ones. And I got an email from Brian, I think we all did, like early this morning. It's like, how did this not make it? Come on, this is great. It is great, Brian. But, we had to narrow it down some ways, and sometimes it was something as simple as, well, that one went on for like a minute and a half, and, we wanted to keep them under a minute, or there was just a line or two in there that didn't quite hit home as well as the other ones did. So it's not that what you submitted was bad in any way, but we had to narrow it down. So thank you, everybody who submitted a song.
And if you submitted a song, I want you to know I listened to none of them. They were supposed to go to adam12@bbgi.com, so I just threw them away. I didn't listen to them because that would be unfair, in my opinion. So, and it was a matter of fairness. Believe me, if they were about me, I would like to hear them. But I did not. I funneled them to Adam. So there. You didn't follow the rules, Jack. So you can't blame me. All right, so here we go. These are the ones that we've whittled it down to. Now, tomorrow, we're going to have a hotshot musician of some caliber, either on Zoom, probably on Zoom.
Might be a pre-recorded segment that they provide to us. We don't know.
Adam's 48 years old. He's been in Boston for 40 years, and this guy knows zero
It's not
musicians.
fair. It's not fair. I've pitched plenty, and they're just not the right ones for this particular, what we need for this particular
you've pitched.
bit.
They would have to be someone that someone knows.
Right.
That's all.
Well, no, it's someone that you know, which is a
Well, no, because I don't know I don't know
it.
Buffalo Tom, but I said that was fine.
That's true.
Yeah, so you're being unfair. You're gaslighting. I hope you're happy with yourself.
Always.
But Hardy and I were talking about it. We're like, how does Adam not know more people?
Yeah, we talk about you.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, we were really having at it. We were really going after you. Better you don't know what we were saying.
Okay.
Pretty bad.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
It got ugly.
We were really pissed off. All right. So anyway, someone will be on the air. Let's put it that way. And not the guy, Dave Tree.
So
It's a shame. Dave would have been great.
that was, yeah. All the ones that you pitched, it was Dave Tree and Bill Janovitz. I think those were the two that you pitched, and all the other ones were ones that Fred and I suggested.
You were Kay Hanley. Fred.
No,
was
I
Peter
said
Wolf.
Kay Hanley. I said Kay Hanley, and I said Peter Wolf because I saw him at the library.
Yeah.
Now, I know Esoteric, and I know Tim from the Dropkick Murphys, even though I don't talk to him as much anymore. but I didn't. But they've been on the show a bunch of times. Like I wanted to have, and I wanted it like a rock and roll guy. And when I'm saying rock and roll, I mean rock and roll. I'm not saying it like a real guy, like in a rock and roll band, not like a punk guy or like a guy in Slapshot or something. There's bands I like. I just didn't think. I just wanted a guy
And
like
those
in
are
a
the
rock
people
band.
that I know. So there's the disconnect.
Well, you never mentioned Slapshot, so. Guys in Slapshot text me, email me every day. If Al from SSD unfortunately passed away, I mean, he could have done it, but he wouldn't.
Great.
But he wouldn't have been appropriate for it
yeah.
because he was in a punk band. I want a rock guy.
You want a rock and roller.
Yes. All right. But here we go. Let's get down to the brass tacks.
We are going to whittle this down to 3 out of the ones we're going to listen to here.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So let me do this.
So how many?
So John, here's the deal.
All right.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
There's 6.
Yep.
I'm going to play them all.
Yep.
I want you to write down the name of them when I play them, but I don't want you to grade it.
Okay.
Then at the end, you're going to give a numerical evaluation of each song.
Okay.
Only the best one will get 1. The second best one will get 2, on through 6.
Okay.
At the end, we will tally up the numbers that the three of us have done.
Nick's going to do that for you.
Not in a contest. I get the comedy of it, but let's just do it. Let's have Hardy do it. Then we're going to tally it up. Lowest score wins. So top 3 lowest scores in terms of numerical value win. Okay?
I'm with you.
All right. You got that?
I got it.
All right, here's number 1.
Fred has got the most gout at the f***ing hub. Well, then you want to know why? So let's jump in. I'm into socks, just like Freddie T. He'll surprise your feet, acting like DA, cause it's a nasty task of cracking up the masses, avoiding the tweets, cause he has to. Now Nick's phone and ass, we're both blowing up. We like to thank Nick's girlfriend for showing up. She said, wow, it smells like bowel movements. Appointments ignored cause you were pooping. Now Fred's working, family circus, catching fly balls and acting fussy, so they threw him off the flight. But he's back in line, insane and dry and slim. I got this feeling Nick has staff again, so don't touch Nick, cause he's septic. And if you touch Nick, his heart stop.
No, that's very good. It talks about me
Really
getting
good.
kicked off the plane, about not being able to be on Twitter anymore because of my being insane and all of those things. It gets, and that one builds because it gets better at the end than it was at the beginning.
Yeah, it's really solid.
That's a very solid one. All right, here we go. This is number 2. This is about Nick.
I am a fake Italian. I ruin every bit. Help me. I've got a metal heart now. Sorry, Fred. My God, what is that smell? For Batman. I stole a t-shirt. Can I use this for the Rio? I wanna move fast, but I'll pass out. I had a stroke the other day. I am estranged from my father. There's only one thing left to say. They call me nearly dead Nick.
All right.
Excellent.
Very good.
Excellent.
I don't want to influence anything. This is, however you want to write it, the way that it's listed here this is about Wallach. We've had one about me, one about Nick. This is about Wallach. This is the caw-caw, if you want to write it as Wallach caw-caw on your scorecard. In fact, the first one is I wrote as Prof. Fred.
That's I did Professor Freddie,
Okay.
Nick Closer. This will be caw-caw.
I did Nick Nin. And so,
Okay.
and this will be, so let's all get on the same page. This
Nick
is
Nin.
Wallach caw-caw.
All right.
I mean, flapped his wings to completion
That might be the best line so far.
And this one, we'll call this one Wallach Magic.
Hi, I'm John Wallach, and I love magic.
Wallach, the eagle eyebrows, illegal he has, just
has one good working ear.
What?
Shun his religion glasses for vision. Celtics don't want him calling games. He wears those pleated pants, watches big booties dance. He always steps on jokes, wears the mute button. He is the ancient one, old as the setting sun. Loves to stare out the window as vacation draws near.
Hey, where did that cradle go?
John Wallach, Sports Hub headlines. Amy Lawrence made a beeline, dismissed from Camp Young Judea. Maybe he's the Ayatollah, big gap tooth, tumor juice. He cooks shrimp scampi.
Hi, my name is what? My name is John Wallach.
All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That is that. Now this one, also about Wallach.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
Well, this is the last one about you.
Okay.
No, it's not. There's 2 more left.
So 4 of the 6 are about me.
What
Okay.
did you think getting into this? What did you think was
It's a good
gonna
point. I should have known.
happen? You knew no one was going to be about Hardy.
Well, you predicted that the second we started this thing.
And then there's like the stuff about me is just like upsetting.
Yeah.
So you and Nick,
Yeah.
we're going to be what they were about. All right. This is called Apologies to Wallach. This one has a name.
Woke up today, much to my dismay. Fred and Hardy have both gone away on vacation once again, sticking us with their feather friend. Me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Hate listening to Wallach on my morning drive. He sounds like a cartoon character when he speaks. The best part about him was the gap in his teeth. Don't forget the 81 Finals MVP. Likes Wallach's wife, Cornbread wants him a piece. Me, oh, me, oh, me, oh, my. Cedric Maxwell wants to bang Wallach's wife. He said so himself on the experts hotline. On Toucher and Hardy on my morning drive. Weekdays from 6 to 10 on 98.5.
All right, very good.
Again, it's just, one line stands out. Cornbread wants him a piece. I just, it's
I don't
tough
think
to get that out of your head.
I don't think that's going to get a very high mark from John. And then, of course, our final entry is just MASH. I'll just do it for you. John, when my average life.
John's been married once before. Yeah, that one ended in divorce. Fred just laughs across the mic, yet mine did too. Welcome to life. John dreamed he'd call the Celtics game the Pocket Four in Band of Fame, but they picked Drew Carter instead. Fred got divorced, John did too, but Drew calls the Celtics not John.
All right. So please, gentlemen, if you haven't already, give each one a numerical value 1 through 6.
All right.
Okay, Hardy, you will keep score. All right, here we go. We will pick the best 3 lowest scores. We'll move on to the finals where we'll have our big celebrity judge who will help, not decide, but help give us some advice.
All right. Now, do you want to?
I'll go in the order I played them, and you're just going to tell me the number you gave it.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 6. All right, you cannot repeat a number. Here we go. Professor Freddie.
I gave it a 2.
I gave it a 3.
I gave it a 4.
All right.
All right. Nick Closer.
3.
4.
1.
Nice. Okay.
Wallach Caw.
5.
5.
2.
Interesting.
Wallach Magic.
4.
I gave the Wallach Nagila a 1. I liked it a lot.
I gave it a 5.
Oh.
Apologies to Wallach.
6.
6.
6. Number of the beast. Hell yeah. Get Eddie Trunk on the phone. And finally, MASH.
1.
2.
3. All right. Very good. I gave MASH 3 because I wanted to give 2 others a shot. And the 9 Inch Nails one to me made me laugh. I legit laughed a couple times, and that's hard for me to do because I'm dead inside. All right, when Hardy is done tabulating the things,
All right.
we can go in order of. I know. Apologies to Wallach. Did finish 6th.
Yes, that finished in 6th place with.
You get a drum roll or something, Adam. You're dicking around back.
I was also keeping score just to make sure.
Oh, a backup scorekeeper.
Well, now that's done.
That's
All
going to
right,
insult
6th place, Wallach Nagila, 18 points. Wallach Caw in 5th place with 12.
Okay, that was my number 2.
Yep.
Interesting.
Out of the running. With 10 points, just missing the top 3, Wallach Magic.
Then it doesn't really matter how they score, but you can go ahead.
I'll tell you the number one, with the lowest score of only 6 points, Wallach Mash.
Okay. What was number 2?
Nick Nin.
Yeah, my number 1, finished number 2. Okay.
And squeaking into the top 3, Professor Fred.
Oh, my number 4.
So we got a Wallach, a Nick, and a Fred in our top 3.
So my 1, 3, and 4 choices. So the Caw guy, I apologize. I had you at number 2. Blame the others. It's their fault. So there you go. Professor Fred, the Nick 9 Inch Nails one in our little MASH theme that I gave a 3 to because I knew it would make it. There you have it. Well, tomorrow at 8 o'clock, we will have our... do you think you're going to make a video with the winner?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Hardy is going to make a Thuppets video with the winning song. If it's the MASH one, get ready for a model to be built with a helicopter and everything. It's going to have a whole set.
It's going to be a real Rushmore situation.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be... you're going to have to just recreate the Korean War. So we'll try to get that done. So don't let that influence your voting at all.
I'm currently casting for a Hot Lips Houlihan. We're going to find someone to play that part.
I've walked by an old consignment shop and found a video of a poster of her, so I've been busy all morning. That's from a comedy video. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Tim Healy is going to join us.
Toucher and Hardy, those...
and he is traveling the country as they've not had a home game. I don't know if you know that yet. So far he's been to Cincinnati and Houston.
Lucky.
So don't. I mean, he's. Let's be honest. He's living a life you and I can only imagine. Tim, if you had to choose one, Cincinnati or Houston?
Oh boy, Houston, I guess. But
I would go Cincinnati. Cincinnati, very manageable city.
Yeah, it's not two good options. I'll put it that way.
But you're there for 3 days. So I was there with my son. I enjoyed it. Look, I'd never, ever, 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 ever want to live there. It's very close to Kentucky, which is where all the debauchery oddly happens.
I just got to go right over that bridge.
Right,
you can see it.
It's very conservative town, Cincinnati, and you would think Kentucky with its southernness would be a problem. But for 3 days, but Houston's just a sprawling mess.
Well, let's ask him the question we asked Ian Brown last week. Worst city to be in during the summer?
Worst city to be in. I'm thinking, what is the hottest, most humid town?
That's where Ian went. That's where Ian went too.
There's a almost universal answer from beat writers or play-by-play guys.
It's not Phoenix, but it might be Houston.
Okay, Kansas City is very popular.
Yeah, that was a popular answer.
So what will your day? I've never talked to anyone about this. So like you get up today and it's an 8:10, it's a 7:10 their start. I assume they're on Central Time. Let's just assume that. Thank you for getting up to talk to us, by the way. So like,
of course.
What time do you have to get to the park today?
I'll get to the park today by 2:30 or 3 o'clock local, which is pretty normal for me for a 7 o'clock game.
Okay, and then what time will you leave the park?
I will leave the park by probably about 11:30 plus or minus.
Okay, so like when you get up in the morning, what do you do to fill the time before you go to the park?
If I am feeling responsible that day, I will work out.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully have a nice lunch because dinner's not going to be great. Maybe read, maybe watch TV. Basically, anything people do. If I'm home, I run errands. Anything people normally do.
No,
in
at
the
home.
evening
At home
after
is
work.
at home you have like just a job without hours. On the road is the thing. Now, do you hang out with other guys that cover the team?
Sometimes.
So it's a very isolated experience.
Yeah, this sounds very lonely.
It's fine, but honestly, the days go by fast out here. So it's not like I'm killing time a whole lot.
Well, yeah, you haven't fallen into the depths of alcohol and drug addiction that befalls.
Yeah, so many in your profession over the years. Yes,
I'd be dead by now.
So good.
Yeah, I'd be dead if I 51. I wouldn't have been 51 if I was a beat writer. All right. Well, listen. Let's get to the Red Sox. Lots of concern. This team has lost a lot more than they've won, though. What did you make of? To my understanding, Suarez wasn't great at the end of the spring training. He wasn't very good last night. Is there anything to see there?
There's not a whole lot to see off of one start, but the way I look at it is 4 games into the season, anything that backs up my preseason takes is meaningful, and anything that doesn't is just a small sample size. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to. That's the way you got to think, right?
So William Bray off to a hot start. Totally saw that coming. He's going to have a great year. Caleb Durbin hitless on the season. See what happens tonight. Ranger Suarez bad last night. See what happens against the Padres this weekend at Fenway. So it was not a good one for Ranger Suarez last night, to be clear. Not exactly how you draw it up when you sign a guy to a $130 million contract as the jewel of your offseason, but it's, there aren't really a whole lot of conclusions to be drawn.
What was off with him last night? Did you get what was missing?
He didn't say. His velocity seemed fine. He threw all of his pitches like normal. I think a good offensive team just got him, especially Yordan Alvarez, who as Alex Cora said, does not miss.
I'm wondering about the offense. That was the concern. We knew this team had a good starting rotation. We knew the bullpen was above average at least, but the offense is a problem, at least through the first 4 games. 12 runs in 4 games? And although I think Abreu has 2 of their 3 homers, getting quick runs on the board is going to be a problem for this team.
It is going to be a problem. You wonder about the home run production. You wonder about the overall production. Because, yes, they did not supplement the lineup as much as they probably should have. They did add Wilson Contreras, who's had a slow few games, but overall should be fine. But when you look at it, he was basically a one-for-one replacement for Alex Bregman, who did not come back. And other than that, they did not add a good or great or above-average hitter to the group, which they clearly needed at the end of last season, never mind subtracting Bregman and needing to replace him off the top. So, yes, Caleb Durbin was a league average hitter last year, and this year, obviously not through 4 games over the season. But the top 4 last night of Anthony, Story, Duran, and Contreras, 1 for 15. I don't care who's pitching, Lance McCullers or anybody else, that's obviously not going to get it done. So there were questions about the offense a week ago. There are questions about the offense now. Time will yield answers to those questions, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could probably make yourself feel a little bit better by saying at this stage in the season, the pitching is going to be ahead of the hitting, but the pitching for the Red Sox hasn't necessarily come to fruition either. So I guess it's a long way of saying, Tim, so far this team feels a little bit like last year's team without, as you said, that spark that they needed in the lineup when it comes to the offense. Everything that we thought was going to be good about this team in terms of the pitching, all right, that hasn't shown up yet. And offensively, they're not quite there. So it's feeling like a bit of a repeat so far.
Yeah, it does feel familiar. It does feel like a lot last year, especially over the weekend in Cincinnati. Saturday and Sunday, they went something like 2 for 21 with runners when they had runners in scoring position.
I heard that
which
yesterday.
Yeah,
brutal.
Yeah, it was not good to blow all those opportunities, including an extra innings on Saturday. Didn't advance the automatic runner at all. So, yeah, there are echoes certainly of last season because that happened what felt like all the time last season. So, yes, they need somebody to step up. Frankly, they need multiple somebodies to step up. And like I said, through just 4 games, yes, that hasn't happened yet.
Brian Bayo pitches tonight, and there were some concerns about him as well. Do you share those concerns?
What concerns?
Concerns that, he kind of ran out of gas at the end of last season. His spring was up and down. Do you share concerns that he might not wind up being the pitcher that the Red Sox need him to be?
I'm not super concerned about Brian Bayo. I like him a lot better as the number 4 or 5 starter in this year's rotation compared to, the number 2 last year or the number 3 that he looked like most of the offseason. So it's a deeper rotation, and when you have a deeper rotation, you don't need to count on Brian Bayo for as much as you would otherwise. So regardless of expectations at the start of his career or what the Red Sox said they thought he could be, he last year was really solid and probably did run out of gas a little bit at the end. I agree with that. But if he can be a solid 4 or 5, then that's a win. But, of course, that counts on Ranger Suarez being very good, Sonny Gray being very good, et cetera. So I'm not concerned about him. I just don't think the ceiling necessarily is super high.
All right. Well, Tim Healy, enjoy your day down there in Houston. Enjoy the game tonight. And you'll be home soon enough, my friend. You'll be home soon enough.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, Tim. We appreciate it.
You got it.
All right, there you go.
Get a chance to see your guy for the home opener.
Yep, Sonny Gray.
Yeah.
Pitching a home opener on Friday. He did not have the best of outings in his first start either, unfortunately.
Well, there's a lot of my pride riding on him for me saying he was okay. Let me see what it's going to be like on
Solid
Friday.
number 2. Going to challenge Crochet for the ace spot.
Yeah, what did
Freddie
I get
was-
wrong? I mean, I was like, he's the next superstar. He's been lying in wait. 69 and rainy. I like the number. But 69 and rainy on Friday for opening day. They might not get that in. Or on and off rain and drizzle, so they will. So they'll get it in. If I was to go to any game, it would be on Easter, but I can't go on Easter on the account of the gods and everything.
Easter really gets shafted in terms of its
Had this conversation.
presence.
I ate dinner. My son came back from Florida where he was with his team yesterday. And so my son, my daughter, and I ate at my ex-wife's house. And we were eating. And she's taking my daughter to New York City on Thursday. And they're getting back on Easter. And I was like, you know, where everyone's giving Easter the shaft here. Like, you know, when you were little kids, you were like all into this. Easter, to me, number 2 or 3 holiday.
Well, it should be the Super Bowl for Christianity. And it is a distant second to Christmas.
Well, Christmas is where it's at, let's be honest. So, but Christmas
But in terms of what is being celebrated, Fred, it should be Easter. Easter should be the big party.
Well, what, the resurrection?
Yes.
I love the birth.
But then anybody can be born.
Not by a virgin.
It's a good point.
You're not the first heathen I've debated.
But it's the resurrection.
Look, the resurrection's where it's at too, but it's not the birth, baby. No, Christmas is the best day. But no, Easter is a very important day in the Christian religion, but it just isn't celebrated. Like I want it to be like a real holiday. Whatever you want with your religion, even if you're not Christian. Like Easter, because my ex-wife is Jewish. But the Easter's happening. I like Easter. I don't like Thanksgiving, unless I'm in Detroit. Then I like it. I like going to the game. That's
Remember
the
what
only thing
Scott
that saves
Zolak
it.
said, Thanksgiving, sneaky good family holiday.
Well, that's the kind of stuff that's going to get him fired.
You started using sneaky good a lot because I was saying it and you didn't know what it meant.
Yeah. Thanksgiving. Well, the more thing is
Out of nowhere.
Thanksgiving is a sneaky bad holiday. Is what it was more like.
Now that is the proper use of sneaky.
Like, what are you doing today? Oh, I'm going to be trapped at home on a crappy day.
Trying to watch football, but being taken away from the TV.
Or if I'm unlike anyone else, I'm not interested in the early game particularly. Like, I mean, just because football's on doesn't make it. Football's on all the time now. Just because it's on doesn't make the day any better. It's a boring day. It's Sunday is a good day. Sunday, it's the start of spring. You go to the Red Sox game. That's a nice activity. You go out for an early meal. Come on. Get with it. Easter.
Brunch. Love
the
brunch.
Yeah, you got to love brunch, especially if you're still drinking.
What time is a good time for brunch? Because I tell you, we're doing the 10 a.m. brunch.
See, I can't do that. I'm doing 4:30
Oh,
with
it's
my
not
family.
even brunch.
Hey, when Christ is resurrected, coming behind the stone, they're going to be on a cellar train. It's just going to be me and my son, and I don't even think he's sleeping at my house on Saturday.
4:30.
I'm going to wake
Easter?
up on Easter, perhaps alone.
Man, are you doing it wrong?
I am. Listen, I was married to a wonderful Jewish woman who decided to take my daughter to New York City, which is a great experience for my daughter. I'm not going to take that away from her. But believe me, I wanted to nail it down last night. This is the second most important holiday to us as a family. Come on. Let's go. All right. We'll be back in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
Essential Sports Hub headline.
is Boston Sports. Boston Sports. And it is all we do. 98.5, the Sports Hub. Touch your shot. Touch your
Kaboom! Did we all just take acid? Take acid? That's unbelievable.
Toucher and Hart. What's he talking about?
Like you, Fred, I'm not worried.
The Sports Hub.
And he got along famously with the cab driver, which is no surprise. You can talk to a cab driver or a Lyft driver. But the thing is, remember the guy's name.
Of course.
Howard.
Yeah.
That's an impressive quality right there. Now, how long will you remember Howard's name for?
I mean, he's no Daniel, but probably for some time. And my only regret is that I didn't exchange contact information with him because I'd like to hook up with him again.
How would you have done that? So, Hardy was telling me in Vegas. Again, I just ate. You take a cab. The cabs like still work there. I take it they're right in front of the hotel and everything.
So normally when I go to Vegas, I rent a car because there are people I want to go see, and I'm going to golf courses. But this time, and the old ball and chain with me, and she wanted to do stuff like lay at the pool as opposed to driving around and eating gas station burritos and playing golf. So I said, all right, if we're just going to be at the pool and we're going to be going to restaurants essentially in the hotel or walking distance, and even T-Mobile, was very, very walkable from where we were staying. I said, all right, we won't rent a car this time. So I hadn't used a Lyft or a cab in Vegas in years. I actually looked it up. I said, what do people do here? You see the ride share and the taxi options. And I saw online people are saying like, oh, cabs are still the way to go in Vegas. So, okay. And I found myself thinking, this is one of the places where cabs really are the better option. In terms, you can't get a cab in, cities anymore, easily. You got to call them. You got to wait for them. Who knows when they're going to show up. But in Vegas, cabs are right there. And the people driving the cabs are just like Lyft drivers. They tend to be, I don't know how to describe it other than it just seems like a more normal experience than it does in other cities. Yeah. And very talkative, and they've got, real ideas about where to go and how to get there and all that other stuff. So we used cabs a few times, but the last one, we went over to the Palms one night in a cab, and I thought that guy was going to kill us, the way he was driving. And I appreciate him taking the back roads and some of the other ways to get there, but unsafe. That was not an enjoyable experience. Howard, on the other hand, first of all, rocking the Tigers hat. So I asked him, I said, hey, Howard, you a fan, or you just like the old style D? And he said, nope, Livernois and 8 Mile. I said, hey, that's Livernois and South Boulevard. That's where I grew up. And oh boy, did we hit it off. Mm-hmm. We started talking Tigers and Lions and Pistons. And even dropped little Red Wings in there just to, keep it real. Just so nobody would feel left out.
You just had to pump that out to show them who you were.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And the conversation went on for so long. My wife, after we got out of the cab, she said, was that a normal guy conversation?
Wait a minute. She's known you for how long?
Well, she said, because
come on.
You both seem to know a lot about what was going on with these teams. Is that normal? I said, pretty much. I mean, you can tell he's a fan. He wasn't just, spitting random knowledge. We were talking about the ramifications of Montgomery leaving and, what that was going to do. And, he was, sprinkling in, Ben Johnson in Chicago, tidbits. So I said, yeah, but I think what you just witnessed was a conversation between friends, more so than just two dudes talking sports.
Well, it's funny because we were staying in a hotel, my son and I, in Florida the last trip, and there was a woman at the pool with a family, husband, kids, and she had a Tigers hat on, and I go, are you from Detroit? And she goes, yeah. And she goes, I go, where? She goes, Allen Park. And I go, okay. And
that was it?
That was that.
You got to get into it. You got to chop it up.
No, you don't.
No, there was no. I mean, I would have chopped it up. I was with my 17-year-old son. I would have liked to have talked to another adult. I it would have been nice to have a conversation, but it died at that point.
Did I tell you what my friend's wife from San Diego did when she flew in?
No.
So he had driven there separately because he had work to do for a couple of days before she got there. But this was part of our plan. We're all going to meet up and we're going to spend time and have, dinner and whatnot. She flew in from San Diego through technically a private plane, but it is a commercial airliner, like an 8-seater that flies once a day out of San Diego. And I forget the name of the airline that does this, but they do it from a few different cities to a few different cities. And for like $100 more than what flying on Spirit or JetBlue would cost you. The airport in San Diego is like 10 minutes from their house. You pull up to the gate, and I don't mean the gate in the airport, I mean like a chain link gate. And you get out of your car and you walk through the gate and you show them whatever documentation you have. And you're like, yep, get on that plane right there. And you get on the plane and it takes off in mere minutes. And it landed at like the McCarran executive, whatever. I said, what was it like picking her up? He said, I pulled my car up to another fence and she walked off the plane and walked into my car. I'm like, oh my God. And, the flight takes a little bit longer because I don't know if it was a jet or a prop plane or what.
They don't get the prime route. They got to circumvent around the bigger planes.
All I know is that if this were available in other airports and other cities for more, what a way to go. No going on trams and getting to and from, they even asked, like, how early do I need to get to the airport? He said, if you get there a half an hour before your flight leaves, you're wasting a lot of time. Like, show up there 10 minutes before we're supposed to leave, and that's plenty. Oh, wow. Which is what I like to do anyway. I would prefer to walk up as they're calling my boarding.
So this is only San Diego to Vegas.
There's a few other places. JSX, I think, is the name of the airline.
Okay.
But it's worth looking into to see if they're going to do this anywhere else. Holy crap. What a deal that is.
All right. Well, there you go. That is what's going on in the world of Las Vegas. We will be back. Paul Perillo is going to join us in studio after his very awkward interaction with Mike Vrabel. We will have that in just a moment.
More.
Prefers an 18-game schedule with 2 preseason games and 2 bye weeks. Also, every team would play at least 1 international game every season. Also, it was announced last night that to the owners that Seattle would be the subject of HBO's Hard Knocks this summer, and then for the first time ever, the Patriots would be the subject in the summer of 2027. And the Red Sox lost big in Houston last night, 8-1. Jose Altuve, 2 homers, 4 for 4 with 4 runs scored. Brian Bayo starts for the Sox in Houston tonight. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the Massachusetts Energy Marketers Association, providing safe and reliable energy services for your home and business. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
Diving effort. He's got a breakaway. To the backhand. Throws it in front. Coming to the slot.
The Sports Hub.
I know. No, you don't know.
Everyone agrees that I'm the only one who's not wrong.
Right or wrong, they're back. Toucher and Hardy on the Sports Hub.
That video got a lot of play over the weekend with Max. I think I'm going to try this. Is Ihenichur? I think I'm getting that at least close.
Max.
Max. I'm going to go with Max. You did the same thing. You know, a lot of that stuff with Will, and I'm curious to know.
I've done that, guys. I've done that every pro day that I've gone to.
And that's why I wanted to ask you. What do you think?
That's how these things go.
What do you think you learned from that? You know, just why do you feel like that's important to sort of get a little bit of more of a physical workout?
I understand what you done talking, Paul. Can I finish?
You can wipe the smirk off your face. That's okay.
Humbled. Just humbled.
Yeah.
Yeah, put you in a body bag.
Yeah, there's no coming back from that.
We are Toucher and Hardy. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. That is Mike Vrabel talking to Paul Perillo and Mike Dussault of Patriots.com. Paul Perillo is here. He is also on Patriots Unfiltered TV. Paul, you were obviously Zooming with the man. So what's the deal? He's putting on pads and he has the kids hit him and stuff?
Yeah, and I mean, it's funny that you said there was a few people on Twitter, not surprisingly, that took it, like that. Oh, he put you in a body bag. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's
kept his mouth shut.
Out of all the things at any moment in time going on in the world, you, my friend, that exchange right there ranks up there with all of them.
That's not even in the top 50 of the times that he's done something like that to me since he was a player and a coach. He's a professional ball buster. He loves it. And
but with him, there's a side of humor that I did not see in Belichick.
Oh, no question.
Yeah,
no
Belichick
question.
just seems like a bad person.
Yeah,
Vrabel is like more like a human being.
Bill didn't necessarily have a lot of fun with anyone. Mike enjoys that part of it. He likes to sort of be lighthearted. He's more Parcells than Belichick in that regard, I would say.
Francesa must be very good friends with him.
Yeah, he'd probably take a bullet for him. I didn't really have much interest in the fact that he was actually doing the physical combat. We've seen that a million times on the practice field. What I wanted to get across to him was what about the physical part of it does he learn from? Why does he need to do that? And it seems like he does it a lot with offensive linemen, but as he mentioned, he's done it with other, front seven kind of guys on defense too. I was curious to feel what he thought he could learn from actually engaging.
We have to put this in some sort of perspective, Hardy. It's like, so what Paul's referring to is that Mike Vrabel will go to these college pro days and he'll put on pads and have kids push him around. And that's kind of unique for a head coach to do that. You didn't see Belichick, he would die, or if Mike McDaniel tried to do that, I mean, it wouldn't go well for him. So it is a unique thing. But the question with it is, I know other head coaches probably don't do that, but do other teams do that? Do other teams have a guy that will work these guys out in pads?
It's a good question. I don't know how many, if at all. I first saw Vrabel do it when he was with Houston. There was one of the years, I think we were in West Virginia for joint practices, and Mike was doing that a lot with special team stuff. He'd have that chest plate on, and he'd be taking a lot of shots. And we kind of chuckled because it was is really perfect. It was quintessential Vrabel.
Well,
he's got that streak to him.
And I'm not putting words in your mouth, but when I hear you ask the question, what I'm thinking as I hear you ask it is this hardo stuff really necessary?
Which is the way I think he took it too.
See, he knows me too well. That's not fair.
No. And that's why I prefaced it with, you're not asking that way, but is this hardo stuff really necessary? And the point that I would make after that is, what happens 10 years from now when you can't do this?
Does he feel like he loses something?
Does your analysis somehow slip because you're not able to put the pads on it and go out there and work these guys out mano a mano?
Yeah, and that's basically what I was getting at when I was just, telling Fred. I wasn't interested in the hardo part of it. The reason why it got so much attention over the weekend, I don't really have any interest in. I do have interest in what about that? You're trying to sort of, measure the guys, just the way he reacts to it, physically, his core strength, his balance, in something that maybe you can only figure out if you're actually getting on the other side of him. I'm curious. I've never been a pro football player. I don't know what a guy could possibly learn from that he couldn't just learn from watching tape. So I was interested in that part of it, not the fact that, oh, look at Mike, he still can do it. At 50, he's like, still got a player's mentality. So I'm not interested in that at all.
What else did he say? Because the way he initially answers it was very Belichickian in that, I've always done that. I've always done that.
Which, if he had stopped to let me ask the question, he might have heard what I hit.
In fairness, it didn't sound like you were interrupting him, and I'm not. I mean, why would I kiss your ass?
Yes.
Right. Like, yes,
correct.
he was interrupting you. Like, you weren't. Believe me, as someone who does it all the time, you weren't talking over him. He was talking over you.
Yeah. I mean, no, it was, like I said, I didn't take it as anything other than Mike has done that to me a million times. Like, in a playful way.
It was an excuse to have you on.
Yeah.
Is basically the way we took it.
Oh,
it was
great.
An excuse because it went a little viral, and so we wanted to have you on. But it's not like you did anything weird or he did anything particularly bad.
And if I thought for a second he was being, like trying to like come at me because he wanted to silence me, I wouldn't be laughing about it.
Sure.
I know he was sort of having a lighthearted moment.
Okay, so this, like Vrabel, there were those legendary practices at Ohio State, and I guess it was Vrabel and Orlando Pace. Have you ever heard these stories in like Sports Illustrated from back in the day?
No.
I double checked my facts, Wallach. Right. But I've seemed to have recalled writers like romanticizing or rhapsodizing about Vrabel at Ohio State practices. So maybe there's something to be gleaned from that he's just this. He gets something out of it. But my answer to if is he going to be able to do it when he gets older is, well, I'm not older.
Yeah, you can do it now.
Yeah, I can do it now.
Yeah.
So if you're going to judge me based on 10 years from now, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if the NFL is going to exist in 10 years. I mean, with all this travel that they have us doing.
You have to check in with Bert on Friday. He'll let you know what it was like with Orlando Pace and Vrabel at Ohio State.
Yeah.
It was before his time, but I'm sure he's up to speed.
Well, he had the posters on the top of his ceiling so he could look up at them from bed.
Right.
Yeah, he didn't have to, comb through a magazine. He just had them right there for you. Yes, Jonathan.
Yes, the legend is the two of them would go at each other. Nothing specific, but, I mean, part of the problem is they're co-hosting some kind of clinic. I had to go through like 85 web pages of that before I got to it.
Well, it's short money for Vrabel. He's got to host clinics, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so what do you make of Robert Kraft talking about 18 games? I'll ask you this first. So Kraft's idea is you get rid of a preseason game again, and then you put an 18th game on, but you give the teams another bye. Just by what you know about football, does giving players another week off mitigate the risk of injury?
I mean, that's what they're going to go with. I've never spoken to a player who is in favor of adding games and in favor of, the international game and the short weeks. Literally, it's 100%. Like the only thing they will even listen to is the money. So I think that's why, obviously, what's the bottom line for all of us, right? But you talk to guys about the Thursday night games every year, and it's 100% to 0. They hate it. They can't stand it, but they're not going away. And matter of fact, This, the 18 game stuff is obviously it's going to happen sooner or later. It's probably going to lead to more, midweek games. So maybe Wednesdays, maybe maybe people coming off, the two teams coming off a bye play on a Wednesday, then they have the, 11 days before the following game. It's coming. So we can complain about it. We can opine about it, but it's not going to change it.
Well, it's not going to change anything. But what I think is fascinating about this from a meta or a macro vision is that there will be a tipping point. Like, it's just what happens to things. Like you milk and exploit and exploit and exploit, and then eventually it's over. It happens in entertainment. It happens in sports. I bring this up a lot, but if you go and read great sports writing of the 20th century, you're going to find horse racing, boxing, and baseball. And that's from our parents' lifetimes.
Yep.
So it is interesting to me, if anyone at any point will go all right, we're making a lot of money. Let's not mess with this, because all I can see is something bad happening, playing a Super Bowl where both teams are missing 7 starters. I'm not kidding. Or someone whatever happens, guys 3 Pro Bowlers from the all pros from the year before get devastating injuries. And then when you pack TV on and it's not appointment television anymore, it's it thins the product out. What made you unique is now being exploited. It's almost like they don't recognize part of the factors that make football as popular as it is are not the game of football itself, right?
Yeah, it's the setup is the number one thing that you can't get away from. You can follow everything so easily in football. The once a week drama of the soap opera. You spend Monday and Tuesday talking about the previous game. You spend Wednesday, Thursday, Friday talking about the next one.
It gives everybody time to catch up and know what
the
big storylines.
Let's not be naive about it. The betting, it's the perfect sport to bet.
Yeah.
So I think the fantasy aspect, everything about it. But to Fred's point, does the Mark Cuban thing ever come into play? What is it?
Fat pigs get
fat
slaughtered.
And, hogs get slaughtered. I personally, but I'm old, so I'm probably not what they care about. I already look at the Thursday night games with the streaming. I watch far less Thursday night football since they went to streaming, and it's not because I don't know how to stream, which is normally what the reaction is. Paul, it's not that hard. I understand it's not that hard. I am old school. I like to change the channel. I don't like commercials. I like to move around. And you can't do that on Thursday nights. So rather than get involved in a game and then maybe missing a quarter because I didn't go back on, I don't watch at all.
What are you most likely to click over to during a commercial break from a
good
football
question.
game?
Very good question.
What do you pop on?
You know the answers to these questions.
But I want
some
you to
random
say
sitcom that no one else watches anymore.
Don't say that. They'll take them off the air.
Network sitcoms.
Yeah, network sitcoms.
That are currently being aired?
I've always gotten along with Fred from afar.
Yeah. Well, we had
Absolutely.
Seinfeld rolling in here when we got into, but then it asked if you were watching, we were losers, and no one hit the button that we still were. It's interesting because I got the NBA pass for some reason. I thought I would try to like the Pistons more, so I got the league pass, and it's on Amazon, and it's the same thing. I obviously know how to navigate the television, but there is that process. Last night, it said Pistons, Oklahoma City, Monday night at 8, and I went, oh, it's on tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It just confused me. And maybe I'm 51, not 105. But I'm with you. It's just there's something about the streaming. But whatever with the money with that, it's more also Thursday night. Maybe I don't want to watch football on Thursday night. I've had enough. It's I don't want to some of those Thursday night games are terrible. And NFL is pushing us to think no matter what the game is, no matter what day of the week it is, you're going to watch.
Yep.
That's just it. I love the NFL, but that's not true. And it's not first of all, if you get younger, it's only going to get worse. So if you're going to go, well, it's because you're old. Well, no. It's not like kids are going out in droves watching live sports in tip to tail. So there is going to be a tipping point. I hope it happens in my lifetime because it will mean I've lived longer than a few years. It's more of a me thing than an NFL thing. But there will be a time. It's happening in the NBA.
Yeah, you want to miss the sport to appreciate your appreciation for it. Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and they're expanding the NFL calendar now so that the season lasts longer. The Super Bowl is later. Then you go into the free agency and then the draft. You just want no football for like 3 months. And that'll enable you to kind of reset and go, I'm psyched to look forward to this.
I totally agree. And the opener is going to be on a Wednesday this year.
So what do you think they do schedule-wise, calendar-wise, when this happens? Is it going to be a Labor Day weekend start? Is it going to be pushed back into late in February?
I think John's got it. I think the way he just sort of mapped it out real quick, Hardy, I think it's going to get pushed back. So the Super Bowl is going to be, ahead of the holiday, the way everybody wants it to be. So the Monday will be President's Day, and people will be able to do that. But the extra, I think they're just going to move everything back. For whatever reason, they decided years ago, this is not a new thing, that they do not get the best ratings during that Labor Day weekend. So that's why they pushed back the start of the season. What's it? I think the 13th, I think, this year for the Patriots will be, well, assuming they open on the Sunday. So I don't think they want to play games on Labor Day weekend. So I don't think they're going to move up the start of the season. Maybe they will have to, but I don't think they will.
All right.
Well, there's no more outdoor stadiums, so they don't have to worry about the weather in February.
Yeah. The other thing that, Kraft was insisting on was, how the fans want the international games and how every team would have an international game, and I think the fans want that. So in all your conversations with players, nobody likes the Thursday night games. All of our conversations with fans, does anybody, I would say, it's not that they dislike them. It just doesn't matter. They don't care about international games. It's nothing that anybody really spends a lot of time thinking about.
You're not getting a tour of this exotic city. It's another football field inside a stadium. That's all it is.
I do appreciate Hardy directly, having me contradict what Robert Kraft said. No, that was nice of you.
I'm sure you're going to get
that.
called into his office later today.
No, what I would say is he's probably talking more the international fans who do eat up those games. I mean, the stadiums are banged out no matter where they play. We were in Frankfurt a couple of years ago, and there was a lot of enthusiasm around that game, and it ended up being a dog of a game. It was that Colts game.
Oh, that's right.
The London games, we go over there, and even nobodies like us, Mike Dussault and Paul Perillo are like the Beatles over there. I mean, they love us. So I think the fans internationally want these games, but I'm not sure that there's much to be had about it here. It's like the flag football stuff. They're trying to introduce the game to more people, I guess, internationally, and they're introducing football to, it's not the same.
Well, no, flag football's a different sport. Entirely.
Totally.
It's just played with the same ball.
Yeah.
Even if that's true. So I don't even know if they play with the same ball. But it's an entirely different sport. There's nothing similar to it. So you can come out of playing flag football and get onto a tackle football field and you just have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Start all over again.
Strategically, physically, technique-wise, there's nothing that you will gather from playing flag football. That's why when my son played, I thought it was so funny that it had the most hard-on coaches. Because it's like, this is...
You have a wristband guy?
Yeah. I'm crying. A guy who cried. Oh, God. But it's a recess game.
Was it Beetle?
No. Oh, that's right. I got to be careful because Beetle's super into it.
He's got T-shirts and sweatshirts and everything. You got to be careful.
El Prez.
All I ask is that you don't yell at the pretend game. Can we all just agree that this is killing time on a Saturday?
I'm just trying to wrap my head around Paul Perillo and Mike Dussault unable to walk the streets of London because they're being mobbed by all the
they usually at
foreign
specific
NFL
events.
fans.
It's not walking streets. I don't exaggerate.
You can't. You're trying to just walk the Westminster Bridge.
You're not smart enough to put words in my mouth. I didn't say that.
And you just can't because the mobs of people surrounding you.
No, it's when we go to the events. Fred Kirsch, the kingmaker, of course. He's the one who really can't go anywhere without being swarmed.
Freddie Kirsch. I don't know who he is. All right, Paul Perillo. Read him at Patriots.com.
Thanks for stopping by.
That was fun. I just figured it might be easier because there was no way I was making it all the way to Foxborough to get on Zoom. It's brutal out there today. I don't know what's going on.
Well, Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
It is.
All right,
people decide that this is the day they come into work. All right, Paul, thank you so much. Patriots.com, Patriots Unfiltered TV. We will be back with our award-winning, groundbreaking email segment.
You're listening.
The email bit. We should do the email bit. It's a great idea. Let's do the email bit.
All right. Do you get allergies in your chest there, Adam? You didn't have a lot of information before. Did you got information on that?
Yeah. But like that, did you just do a dry cough there? Is that what that was?
They've been productive.
Okay, that's good because mine are usually dry.
Like that.
Yeah. If I could spell allergies, then I could find the clip, but apparently I can't spell allergies.
All right. If you'd like to email us, look no further than 985thesportshub.com. And then if you would like to follow us on social media to see great things like the Thuppets, you can go to @TutcherandHardy on Twitter and Instagram, @Hardy985, and @FredTutcher for the goings-on in my daily life. We had the top 6 Thuppets theme songs that people put in. We whittled them down to 3 today. It was Professor Fred, the very famous MASH theme one, and Nick's 9 Inch Nails one. Alex says, I demand a recount. This is a travesty by needlessly existing in this world. The single worthwhile thing Wallach is responsible for is the Wallach Magic Masterpiece. This should have been a runaway hit. This is the Wallach Magic Masterpiece.
Hi, I'm John Wallach, and I love magic.
Wallach, the eagle eyebrows, illegal he has just one good working ear.
What?
Done his religion glasses for vision Celtics, don't want him calling games. He wears those pleated pants, watches big booties dance. He always steps on jokes, wears the mute button. He is the ancient one, old as the setting sun. Loves to stare out the window as vacation draws near.
Hey, where did that cradle go?
John Wallach, Sports Hub headlines. Amy Lawrence made a beeline, dismissed from Camp Young Judea. Maybe he's the Ayatollah, big gap tooth, tumor juice. He cooks shrimp scampi.
Hi, my name is what? My name is John Wallach.
For the record, that was my number one song.
That was my number one, too.
My number one song was that. I was outvoted.
That was
Fred
my
had
5th.
Yeah, 5th. I mean, I had it 4th, and I'm.
Well, we all had one at 6, and then it was very difficult. But the way that it worked out is there's 3 songs, 3 different people. There's one about me, one about Nick, and one about John. Even though I'm insulted in that song as well.
Yes.
My number one was the 9 Inch Nails one, which we've played more than once, but here you go.
I am a fake Italian. I ruin every bit. Help me. I've got a metal heart now. Sorry, Fred. My God, what is that smell? For Batman, I stole a T-shirt.
And that's BCN.
That's solid.
Can I use this for the Rio? I wanna move fast, but I'll pass out. I had a stroke the other day. I am estranged from my father. There's only one thing left to say. They call me nearly dead, Nick.
No, I had that at number 1. And Hardy, you had that where?
I had that at number 3.
I had it 4th.
Oh, Jonathan. What did you have 1?
I told you. I had the Wallach Nagila song 1.
Oh, so yours didn't even make the top 3.
Nope.
We shouldn't have let John vote.
I had the 3 that we solved, the 3 that we agreed on.
Where did you have MASH?
Second, third, second.
Okay.
Of the 3 that made it to the finals, all 3 of those songs had second and third place votes, and 2 of them had first place votes. So
yeah,
the system kind of did work.
The 3 songs we settled on. I had second, third, and fourth in my voting.
Because my number 2 did not make it. Because I put MASH at 3 because I was fairly confident MASH was getting in, and I do think the one I just played is better than MASH. But this is the one that I had. Have this Hardy.
I had that 5th.
But you love this one.
I do.
You had it second to last. And I had it 1.
I had it at 5 too.
Well, it's because it's about you.
Well, there were 4 songs about me, Fred. 2 of which I voted in the top 3.
Well, the MASH one's hardly mean.
He said he was a foodie, shrimp scampi was his forte. John loves big butts. Caw, 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 caw.
Well, I thought that was the second best one, and that did not make it. But my 1 and 3 made it. So there you go. And the third...
I don't know if you want to chalk this up to the system works or what, but my 1, 2, 3 are the 3 that ended up being chosen.
My 2, 3, and 4.
Well, that means the system works. I mean, if the majority of all our picks made it, then that means that it works.
Yeah.
The Toucher and Hardy email bet, by the way, is powered by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. If you've been hurt in a car or work accident, you got to get Glassman. Don't just send an email. Call all 7s at 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com. So we will have a big-time musical celebrity either via Zoom or in studio with us tomorrow to help push us in the right direction in terms of who we're going to pick, because it all goes back into a blender. And when you rehear them and you hear them in different orders, we'll have to come to a consensus somehow.
Yeah, and we need someone else to make that ultimate decision.
Well, it's going to be us, but that was the rules. But this person will have. I mean, they're an artist, so they'll obviously have a lot of influence over the panel. Mm-hmm. I mean, it could be someone from a smash hit band. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Could
we'll
be.
only hope.
It could be.
It's no Dave Tree. That was Adam's big answer to the problem.
Would have made for good radio. That's all I'm saying.
I'm sure he's great, but no one knows who he is. Peter Wolf from the Newton Libraries, who should have been.
That way, that was it. I mean, that was.
Well, that was really. I should have stopped it there, because that's really just all I wanted was Peter Wolf to be in.
Yeah.
And then when it wasn't Peter Wolf, I should have just said forget it, because we know people, but it's like I just really wanted Peter Wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
And it would have been great. I mean, it would have been two big segments.
Hardy's thing is pretty funny.
Yeah.
So that's worth doing. But like, especially if the guy's cool about it. But like, the thing is that if Peter Wolf was at the Newton Library and he was on WBCN, I don't know why he wouldn't come on this show. Like, I don't know if that's so above Peter Wolf. Like an 82-year-old Peter Wolf, I don't know if it's so above him to come on the radio.
Well, what was the reason given?
It's not a morning guy.
Well, sell some books. I mean, I read your or listened to your effing biography. It was good. He owes me. I don't know. Sell some books. Sell some albums. Who knows? I mean, stuff's all. Get some streaming. Who knows? Something left to be sold.
Why don't you go back to the library and see if
I
he's
did.
there?
I was there yesterday. He wasn't there.
Oh.
My daughter has the library tutor on Monday nights, so I was at the library. I kept my eye out for him.
Keep forgetting that. I should swing by, keep you company.
I don't need any company at the library. Shush.
Library hang.
Shush.
Yeah.
You be quiet as a church mouse.
Shh. Shush.
Shush. All right.
By the way, I got an email here. Fred, you missed an important detail to the wife character on DTF St. Louis that may interest Hardy. She has a side job as a Little League umpire and is often shown in ump gear.
That's right.
And one of the jokes in the show is that it makes the man impotent because he sees her walking around in umpire gear.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
And that's in the first episode, so I'm not
Yes.
spoiling anything.
I like that.
You do. So
Sure.
what is one man's Viagra is another man's? I don't know. It would be something that makes you flaccid.
C block or
Yeah,
something.
whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I think I would enjoy that. She got the chest protector and the mask
like
and
the
everything.
whole thing, and then they show her
A lot of gear.
Again, like if this is like such a mystery to you, I apologize. But people get ornery sometimes, but they do like a montage of her like practicing umpiring.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be like what grossed him out. So he asks her can you please stop wearing the umpiring stuff around the house?
She got a ball strike counter.
No, she doesn't seem to be a very good umpire. She doesn't know the rules. Does her adequacy at her job come into the fantasy?
Yeah, if she's not good at it, then I'm not as into it.
Yeah, she's not really good into it on the show. All right, we will be back in just a moment to turn this ship ashore. Hang out.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by
big show on the way.
Need a little help getting started in the morning?
It's very dangerous.
They've got the experts.
So, no.
Toucher and Hardy.
No.
On the Sports Hub. We know what you're thinking. What could I possibly have missed from the show? It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
All right, we are Toucher and Hardy, and if you tune in Friday morning at 9, Steve-O from Jackass and his podcast will be in studio. See Steve-O, the Crash and Burn Tour at the Wilbur Theater on Friday night. Tickets are available at thewilbur.com. We've had Steve-O on numerous times. Steve-O still travels and comes in studio, so that's nice. He doesn't ask for Zoom. He's here in the flesh. I asked him a question off air the last time he was in studio in Dorchester that was so nerdy and inside that he just looked at me and was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The guy that there was this weird kid named Earl Parker that used to be the editor of Big Brother magazine, which is what Jackass launched from. And I'm like, do you know what happened to Earl Parker? And he just looked at me and he goes, no.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right.
Why would
dude.
I care?
I'm more into
Why
it
do
than
you
you
care?
are. I'm more into it than you are, dude.
Yeah.
You weren't there when Earl Parker was the editor. In fact, remind me to yell at him on Friday.
Yeah.
He made me feel self-conscious.
I have one story for me and two for you, Fred.
Nice.
We'll get to mine first. We are a week away from Masters Week. So, on the heels of that news,
Let's start
or
excluding.
reminder, one night, one restaurant here in Boston will be serving the same menu as the Champions Dinner. Eastern Standard is hosting a one-night-only Masters dinner in its private dining room on Wednesday, April
private
8th.
dining room. What about all the jabronis in the public dining room? They just got to sit there and eat it?
Yeah. Now, this is smart because the Champions Dinner is on April 7th, so Eastern Standard is going to probably pay attention, see if there are any last-minute changes, but then replicate that menu the very next night.
Hey.
Right now, it's looking at 4 appetizers, the bacon-wrapped dates, the grilled elk sliders, the rock shrimp tempura, and the peach and ricotta flatbread. And then we're getting into some yellowfin tuna. We're getting into the Wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon, and the sticky toffee pudding, all chosen by Rory McIlroy.
Now, does Tiger
the
Woods have
defending
to eat this meal because it's never going to come out the other end? Because he's got to be very constipated from all the opiates.
You don't need any sticky pudding in that diet.
No. If you don't know, the opiates apparently bound you up pretty good.
Yeah. So we'll all meet up there for a dinner on Wednesday night. That's a week from Wednesday. Clear your schedules, gentlemen.
I like Eastern Standard.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
like the old location of it. I do like Eastern Standard, though.
They had
I've
a
been
steak tartare on the menu back in the day. That was very good.
there. They used to make the drink. It was the first restaurant I went to in Boston that I was 30, so excuse me for being stupid, but it was called The Last Call. It was a old Detroit drink, and I thought I was very cool for knowing it, and they knew how to make it.
Nice.
So pretension all around.
All right, Fred, for you, the Newton neighborhood known as Nonantum, they are getting their Italian stripes back on the street.
That was actually kind of a funny story, and I don't know anyone who cares, but apparently the city came. So Nonantum's like super Italian, and it's like all these like old school Italian families that have been here for generations, and the roads in Nonantum were painted like the Italian flag. Instead of having like the one stripe down the middle, it was like whatever the Italian flag, blue, green, and white, maybe. I don't know. Red, green,
white, and red.
Okay, I apologize to the people of Italy. I've never been to your wonderful country
You
yet.
stepped in it, but go ahead. Try and wiggle your way out of this
Don't get the
one.
flag people on me. And so, anyway, like in the middle of the night, apparently, I could be wrong, but this is how I heard it. They went in and they painted over it.
Yes, the former mayor, Ruth Ann Fuller, she had them removed to overnight just weeks before the festival, or festa, as it is called.
Which you might as well be in Italy. Like when Festa's going on, like if I blindfolded you and took you to Festa, you would assume that you were in Sicily.
Well, the new mayor says the Italian flag colors will be going back on the street.
I got to tell you, it's a little confusing because it's like in about 100-yard area, and it's not a straight line.
Yeah,
it's a little random.
Finally, Fred, this is for you and your Whoop.
Oh, yeah?
Few weeks after announcing plans to hire 600 people, Whoop on Tuesday clocked the largest venture capital deal of the year for Massachusetts-based startups. They raised $575 million from investors.
That's a Massachusetts company?
Yeah.
There's someone in that building's got to listen to this show. I've been doing nothing but applauding your product.
Well, what do you want?
Wristbands, baby. Wristbands. The Whoop. Now she stays.
You've got one.
You wear it in the tub? You wear it in the sauna?
Yeah.
You wear it
You
in the
need
pool?
more than one?
Well, I'm telling you, the strap can wear out. Look, it's starting to discolor.
How much is a strap?
Free if the people from Whoop will give me one. Listen to you, Mister. I started a whole show to get free stuff. You're stepping on me.
Not true.
So, you would think it would be nice if Whoop just sent a package. It's nothing to them. Just have a computer do it, you dummy.
How many straps do you have now?
There's just this one. Because the other one broke. Stop trying to find an angle to get on me. You ain't going to find it. I'm wily today. You tried to pin me down a couple times. I've been getting out of it.
Why don't you get up on Sunday mornings for 13 straight years and make sure that the show is running properly, and then maybe you'll get a free strap.
A week from Sunday. That's when it starts, a week from Sunday.
Wait, how does you doing a golf show serve a product other than the golf show?
I've done more for golf than you have for Whoop, is my point. I have people coming up to me on the street and thanking me for what I do to grow the game.
Call me when Jim Nance acknowledges your presence. Because then I'll know, because he is the Lord.
He already has when he's been on the phone with me and Troop.
He's gotten some hassle. Oh, what, because Troop knows him?
Yeah.
He's gotten some hassle from the people for not being hard enough on Tiger because he is the god of golf. Jimmy Nance.
Somebody asked him what he thinks of Bryson's game, and he says, I don't know. I haven't seen him hit one shot this year. You know, he doesn't know what he's going to be like for the Masters because Nance is a PGA Tour guy. Don't ask him about that live stuff. He don't know.
He's so relatable.
Yeah.
That's the thing about him. He just seems like someone you could be next to at a bar.
Yes.
If you belong to an eating club in Tulsa. All right. Very good. That'll do it for us.